Um, but it's mid-holiday season.
We are.
Beginning of holiday season? I don't know. Things are happening quick this
Post
year.
Thanksgiving, pre winter holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking in game or IRL?
Oh, in real life, yeah, not.
Okay. Just make
It's snowing.
It is. It is
It
snowing.
is snowing across the United States of America, where I
Some
reside.
of us may reside.
Um, well, we all do.
We do. We really do.
But it's not snowing here in Mithrish. Well, at least not where you guys are. Um,
Up north it is.
No, but it was snowing all over the place, and it shouldn't have been snowing.
yeah, it was,
very
but it's
very
not.
upsetting. It was
It's
not.
not now.
It was.
It's nice.
But
It's warm. It's
so
tropical.
what are you saying? It's tropical. We're in a nicer climate
tropics.
currently, but
Yeah.
So you're saying we should forget all about the fact that it was snowing up north?
Well, you know.
You're just trying to lead us astray. You're a tricky DM, you are.
Well, I guess we'll start there with our introductions.
What?
I'm your GM. I'm Tom. I'll be here all night, and we'll start with Joey.
Hey,
Top of the order.
Hi, everybody. My name's Joe. I'll be playing gnomish druid named Kenny. And I like to turn into different animals. That's me. Turning into animals. How about you, Fal Ewan?
in your family, Kenny, who is he closest to in his siblings? Because he has
None of my siblings are close to me.
none of them. Okay, that's
I'm the youngest of 6, but me and my closest brother have almost 150 years separation.
Wow.
Quite a while. My mom was determined
Oopsie,
to get
baby.
a kid. Yeah, well, my mom was determined to get a kid who was, like her. Turned out it was me.
She's been trying. What's up, guys?
How about you, Fal Ewan?
I'm Being. I play Fal Ewan, our resident fighter, man of many halves, half white, half black, half elf, half human, halfway around the world, and he's halfway happy right now, I'd say.
Yeah, half happy.
He's got half a hand.
Yes, one hand is indeed half a hand.
Oh boy.
Potentially not in the future.
Hopefully not in the future.
Well,
Actively not in the future.
Exactly.
and who's next?
John, tell me about Viz. Did he
Well-
study mechanical engineering first or magic first?
Actually, that's interesting. That's actually a very interesting question. John here, who will be playing Visritel Veyulna, a mechanical wizard and magical wizard, who enjoys the pastimes of saving the world from great evils and obtaining large objects of great power with his 4 best friends.
I'm curious with the new artificer class that came out if he's closer to that.
Honestly, I was seeing that and I was like, that's basically what I was. Well, but it's kind of like dependent on runes and shit, and I don't know if he's kind of that so much.
Interesting.
But
I don't know,
the
it could be tweaked,
other
could be similar.
magically and sorcerically skilled castmate would be Walden.
Nerd.
Hello, my name is Nate. I play Walden,
Don't be shy now.
and Walden is.
I'll come back now, yeah.
You come
What's
back
Walden's
now.
last name?
Horse Sapristi.
Drive. Well, no, it's Drive.
Horn
Drive
Appleby.
Superston.
What? One more time. What was that?
Drive Superston.
Drive Snooperson.
Yeah, sure.
Close enough.
What?
He gets a new last name every week. And yeah, he's a rogue, gunslinger tap, Southern Belle, good at talking. He shoots to kill. He'll shoot right in your fucking kneacaps. He doesn't give a shit.
It is wild.
Hot damn.
He did shoot out kneecaps. He'll do it.
He's got a little magical. Little magical thing going
Little
on.
magic
with him,
flair.
too. Little magic
It's
flair.
a little bit magical.
He's got a
And
you
little
guys are
Viz
going
hopes
by
to
Billy
polish
Bob,
that.
cleric extraordinaire,
Yes. Billy Bob.
hailing from
And a couple of bobbin.
yeah,
I believe.
Old Bellows.
a couple of Bonbin.
Bob,
You got 4 of them.
Bobbin, Bobby Bobbin, Bob Blobbin.
Yeah, Billy Bob does hail from Old Bellows. Human, been with you guys for a little bit.
He's
Level
earned his
2.
Kind of knows what to expect at this point.
chaos.
he's
been
healing
Really,
you guys
just
pretty
pure chaos.
Been helping out. You've been feeding him pretty well, paying him
I'm
occasionally.
glad we've been feeding him.
But I think you had a recap for us, correct?
I do.
Maybe you could spout that, if you will.
Yeah. So, previously on Quest Hook, realizing the shelves are trapped, Viz asks Walden for help in disarming them, who does his best to no avail as the room begins to flood with water. Valyuan instinctively rolls out of the room as steel doors close up on them. Kenny insists that he and Valyuan rush to the Ichor, thinking that it was going to try and attack their trapped friends. Meanwhile, Viz does his best to keep the water from flowing in using his magic to the best of his ability. Kenny and Valyuan rush to the Icarus room to find it hasn't moved at all. However, they also find a steel door has barred their way from the eastern side as well. Valyuan searches nearby crates looking for something that would get them into the room. Kenny turns into a bear and keeps himself between Valyuan and the Ichor, wary of its dark presence. His concerns prove true as the Ichor seeps into his mind and begins to influence him. As Walden scurries about finding a way out or a way to stop the water, Viz moves furniture around trying to block the water, only to provide a bigger opening for it to come in. Valyuan fails in finding anything of use and looks to Kenny for advice but finds him entranced. Walden manages to find a switch that allows some display cases to shuffle around, and taking a gamble on it being another trap, manages to disarm the flooding waters to the relief of himself and Viz. Valyuan tries to snap Kenny back to attention as the steel doors open, but is unable to until the waters flood out and wash over Kenny and breaks his mesmerized state. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief and returns to investigating and looting the display cases of their weapons, gems, and artifacts. Valyuan expresses concern that recent events seem all too familiar to Sally's demise back in Gallisbury. Knowing that, Kenny investigates the southern bookshelf only to set off a trap that lights the entire shelf ablaze. Seeing this, Viz scrambles to save as many books as he can along the northern shelf only to set that shelf ablaze as well and falls unconscious from the trap. Everyone rushes out of the room as it begins to burn, with Kenny hauling Viz, who managed to hold on to a book despite losing his eyebrows. Kenny resuscitates Viz as the boys scramble to the western wing to escape the fire. Valyuan, wanting nothing to do with the portal there, goes to the desks and finds books and correspondences of the Flayer in a strange language along with medical garbs strewn about. Walden finds stairs descending deeper into the darkness to the west. As Kenny and Viz examine the calmly swirling portal, Kenny tells the gang how the Ichor had promised his family name would live forever before using his newfound wand to disable the portal, and a blood-curdling cry sounds off in the distance. The boys rush to the direction of the Ichor and decide to burn it down. And to cover their tracks, Walden descends the stairs but finds it endless before returning to the group. That night, the boys decide to rejuvenate and leave the temple to gather wood, supplies, and whatnot before camping down in the safety of the temple's well room. And that's where we left off.
Very
I would like
true.
to add, me moving the furniture, I also stopped the flow of water temporarily with a floating disc.
That is true.
But
Yeah,
does
yeah.
anybody
We can
care?
all go back. It's a recap to shorten it up. So
I would
you can
also
always
like
go
to
back
add-
and listen to the tail of the tape in our previous logs, which are available where? Gentlemen?
They are for about 60 days. They're available here to watch on Twitch, or you can go to our YouTube at youtube.com/questhook to check out all of our past episodes.
Or sponsor us.
Yay! I got that over with.
So that leads us to our current situation. You guys are in the well room, we will call it, in the Shrine of the Davari. You have 4 weakened Bonbin tribe members with you. Um, they're quite quiet. You can only somewhat communicate with them because they speak a different language. Um, but otherwise, things are uh, fairly normal. You've moved your way away from the Mind Flayer, having destroyed it and severed any connections it might have had via its portal, and destroyed that large pool of ichor downstairs. Um, Ventured down depths for quite some time, and sort of abandoning that path. You guys have made your way back, and are eventually ready to going to leave this place. You've acquired several new items. You've also acquired lots of books, and things that you haven't had really much time to read. Um, and you guys have several hours that you want to rest for, and then what's the plan? Since you guys are sort of gathered around the campfire here.
Yeah, I suppose we should probably set watches.
Yes, yes. I am definitely going to not take first watch. I am exhausted.
I'll take first watch.
How long's a watch are we doing usually? 3 hours?
We don't have to worry
Well,
about the hour amount of time. You can just say that
I'll take the first watch.
We'll set 4 watches.
All right.
So
Cool.
Kenny's taking one.
I'll
You guys can also assign Billy Bob to one if you want.
I'll take
Kenny's
third.
taking first. Who's taking second?
I'll take third.
I already
This is the
said
one
third.
I'll take second.
All right, I'll take last then.
All right, second for Walden.
Well, wait. Why don't we switch that? Walden, why don't you take third, and Viz, you can take second because you just need a short trance, right?
Well, trance is 4 hours, so
So my watch.
I mean, if we're doing a 4-hour watch, yeah.
That sounds about right. 4 to 5. So, yeah.
I thought it was usually like 3.
Yeah,
Not
you
if
guys
we all
only
want
have
8
you have 4
hours.
you have 4 people, so it's gonna be like a 2 to 3 hour watch probably.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
usually thought.
I'll just push mine. I'll just push my watch to
Okay.
wake you up, Viz. That way you
Yeah,
know,
as long
just
as I
in
get my
case
4 hours.
you're fully rested, and a second person just in case anything happens on the third or fourth watch.
So Kenny, do you want to sacrifice yours or because you need 8 hours of rest, right?
I do, but I should be able to get it if I go to sleep after my watch, and there are 2 more watches. I should be able to get. If we're doing like 4-hour.
So yeah, that'll just mean that you guys were resting for, longer than normal. But that's
It's
fine.
like 12 hours, but I think we
Yeah.
have the time, don't
You
we?
do. Yeah.
And we can get these Bonbin maybe, somewhat upright and figure out if they know the way back from the temple to town.
Sounds good.
Do you know comprehend languages?
I do. And since we're about to rest, I could set it as a spell instead of having to cast it as a ritual.
Well, why don't you just... Never mind.
What?
I was going to say you could just cast it as a ritual currently before we go to... or when we get up.
It only lasts an
Yeah.
hour.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to talk to them once we get up. But
Oh yeah,
neither
that's
here
true.
nor
If it's
there.
just them, yeah, I won't save it as a spell because it doesn't.
Yeah.
If we just have to take 10 minutes every hour for me to be able to sort of translate for us.
Well, or for
That's
the first
naughty.
hour and, figure out the plans.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, this is something I want to start doing.
Campfire. I mean, what were we gonna say?
Since I'm sort of I like to think of myself a bit as the utility belt for the party. Are there any specific spells do you think we'll need, like identify or like any other? Because there's a lot of spells that I can like sending, other things that we may not want as a ritual.
I would prepare anything that you can't cast as a ritual that you might need in combat, and then anything that we can use, utilitarian spells that are cast as rituals. If we can't take the 10 minutes to cast it, then it's not really worth casting.
Yeah, I'm wondering
As a
invisibility. Do you
ritual.
think that's a ritual able?
Yeah,
I
as
know.
long as you don't need it in a rush.
Well, you can't cast it as a ritual anyway, so never mind. So never
Yeah, I
mind.
think I can say
Sorry for.
So yeah, well, I
I'm
guess
actually gonna
unless you
change
guys
some of
wanted
my
to,
spells
you guys
around.
can discuss it at any point. But do you guys have a plan on what you're up to?
As far as what we're doing next, I
Yeah.
thought we'd maybe rest and then take these bondmen back to the village, and or, um, read up on. I don't know if we were to try to use one of these pools. What do you think would happen, guys? You think we?
I think we should try to use one of these pools.
Yeah, I think
it's-
that's our option, man.
Well, I mean, but we
mean-
also have the boat, which promised to take us to the Isles of Adun. So
Which
we
is
can't
where we
leave
wanna go
the,
anyway.
but we can't leave the
But-
boat behind.
Well,
But it
I mean, I'm
sounds
pretty
like we
sure
might-
Ringo knows what's up.
Yeah, it just
Why don't
sounds like we might be able to get to anywhere we need to go. If we're looking for these things, it looks like we could get to any of them by staying in this room with the wells.
Yeah, but how do we get back to this room with the wells is the question.
I don't know if there would be a way back. I mean, I
So,
can.
Can't-
therefore,
Can't you draw a symbol on the ground? Don't you have the technology?
I don't have. I don't know if we're of the level I can learn teleportation yet.
Let's see.
Let me actually check that out. Yeah, I mean, what is it? Circle or?
teleportation circle is, I think, the name of the spell.
Yeah, it's a fifth
Yeah, I
level
think it's a
spell,
fifth level
and I can
spell.
only cast up to third level spells right now.
So we're not going to be teleporting ourselves anywhere unless we find a scroll of teleportation, or
Which
Well, also, I mean, you guys haven't read the books extensively that you have relating to what this place does. So you might have that information at hand. You just
But-
haven't had a chance to reveal it yet.
well, my book's about teleportation. The book I grabbed.
and the books that pertain to this space that we're currently in also deal with these pools and teleportation. So
Yeah.
perhaps you should.
It
do
might just
some
take
light
you
reading,
guys,
Viz.
several hours of reading and stuff because there's lots of books.
Now we also need to. Did I identify the ring and the staff or anything yet?
I think we've got everything identified.
Yeah,
Not
didn't you
quite.
identify it?
Not quite everything. I do have this crossbow here.
I can tell you what all of the identified items are. If you need. to.
Oh no, I got it here. I wrote it by hand.
I actually have
Bing, what were you saying that needs to be identified?
I pull out
a heavy crossbow.
a heavy crossbow that we have been. I don't remember where we got it, but it's just been sitting unidentified for quite some time.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The only thing that we have learned from it is Walden appraised it for approximately 250 gold.
Okay.
Well, that's a good appraisal too. Pretty good. Really good.
I'm looking in my notes and through my magic items. Give me 1 second then. Trying to figure out when we found this. It's a crossbow.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Viz, I imagine you're just doing this as a ritual.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I really
Well,
like this ring of telekinesis. Thanks, Tommy.
There's a lot of fun stuff in.
Telekinesis is a 5th level spell, and now I can just cast it on anything that isn't worn or carried. 60-foot range, like bitchin'.
It was before July, Tom. No, we picked it up.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because I have notes that say, get bolts for the crossbow.
My God.
You know?
Well, if it was before July, then to be honest, it was probably just a +1 crossbow.
That sounds right.
But let me dig in my notes for just a minute or so, and see if I have anything else that's pertinent to this crossbow specifically. Because there's a chance, like you never know. Yeah, and John, don't thank me. I didn't give you that item.
Well, you did. You did. You
Not really.
created the item.
Your characters have found these items.
You put the item there for us to find, and
That
find
is
it we
very
did.
true. Here we go. Finding. Hold on.
Also,
said July, right?
hello,
Before July?
Catamus. Welcome.
Before July 7th,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Specific shout out, Catamus. Thanks for helping me level up my Machop, or my Machoke into a Machamp. That was helpful.
The hell's that?
The hell are you talking about?
It's Pokemon. It's
The
Pokemon.
hell's it?
Poker who?
I'll poke your mom.
Don't. Oh my God! I will kill you.
Okay. Things got a little personal there.
Yeah, things got dark.
So okay. How is the new Pokemon?
I
It's
will
fun.
just. I will just beat you around the head with my rod of nullification. How about that?
I'll nullify your rod.
You
I
could
don't
really
think so.
fuck all their shit up with that rod.
Yeah,
I know what you
honestly,
do.
that would be quite the bummer to have you come at us with that.
Yeah, no, I'll take first watch, guys.
He just nullifies all our items in our sleep.
All right, here we go. I think I found it. Okay. It is unfortunately just a +1 crossbow.
The mystery has been revealed.
Yes. I know. How exciting, right? Okay. So, we've got first watch, beginning with Kenny.
Hello.
Kenny, you've got your rod of nullification hanging out, right?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's usually I basically instead of my billy club that I used to carry on like a hook on my belt, now it's that rod with a sling on it. And my intentions are, if anything that I think is magical is coming at me, I'll just swing that, and if it's not magical, I'll just turn it into a shillelagh. Since anything
And I
that
don't
I
remember,
hold,
does the rod have charges or not?
nope.
Okay, I didn't think it
I-
did.
Actually, no. I remember you told me that this is like a 2 foot tall stick, so I've been using it like a walking stick.
Okay.
That's what I. So I use it. I like wield it like a one-handed weapon if I need to, but usually it's just like a stick that I have, like a staff that I have, or a cane.
Alrighty. So, your first watch is pretty uneventful. It's quiet. Uh, you can hear like this pool that's to your south, like the
Mhm.
larger one in the room. It drains itself and refills itself every now and then. It seems like now that you guys have activated it, this thing is sort of circulating its water occasionally, keeping itself kind of clear.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Um,
and otherwise, it's relatively peaceful. All the bondmen are sleeping soundly, and anything that you want to do in particular during your rest?
I'm gonna change a couple of my spells around, but I'll do that in the morning. On my at my.
Yeah.
Other than that, um, I'm gonna keep an like I'm just gonna keep an eye on the doors that I would think that if there was another Ithilid in here, like these doors, that not the one that leads into the open, like out into the world, but the one that I'm gonna keep a closer eye on the ones that are inside than outside.
Okay.
That's it.
Um, yeah. So no problems during your watch. Things
Sweet.
are actually relatively peaceful. You're able to even get a little bit of rest yourself.
Awesome. If I
Um,
have like any downtime, I will read one of the
yeah.
books I picked up. How about the Isle of Verdun Trade Do's and Don'ts?
Yeah, excellent. So you read up on that book. It'll give you advantage on checks to barter with people in the Isles of Verdun.
Woohoo!
Just take note of that because I won't remind you.
I am putting it down next to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just notate it.
It takes you about like 2 hours to get the summary of the book. Um, all right. So you wake up Viz, right?
Yep.
Viz, you get a tap on your shoulder, rising you from your trance.
I'll like poke him with my rod of nullification, but not with it active, just to scare him a little bit. I'll be like,
Jesus Christ!
I'm not that big of a dick. Come on.
Do you know
It's your
how many
turn for
magical
watch.
things I have on me? Anything
Uh,
happen?
enough to. No, nothing. That thing, I point to the big pool, keeps filling itself up and emptying itself. But other than that,
That's
we're
odd.
good. Before I go to bed, I'll throw a couple of extra logs on the fire. I'll like make a couple of runs outside to, bring in some extra wood so that Viz doesn't have to like leave during his watch. And then I'm gonna hit the hay. Good night.
Good night.
Viz, did you attune to either of those magic items during your?
Neither of them need to be attuned.
So
The
that's the
Staff
only
of Frost and the
alteration.
Ring of
Is they will both
Telekinesis.
require attunement.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Actually, the ring of telekinesis says
No, I mean I'm looking at it in D&D Beyond. Ring of Telekinesis does not have an attuned symbol next to it.
Oh well, then actually for the ring, then it doesn't matter.
Oh wait,
The
does
fro-
it have an attune? They
I thought-
all. Oh no, they do. They do. Apparently,
they both
D&D Beyond hides that button all the way at the bottom. Sorry, guys.
I thought
Staff
they
of Frost
both
is also.
require. Yeah.
They do. So can I only do one because it takes a certain amount of time?
You could no. You can during your I'd say during your rest, you can attune to both of them if you want to. Do you have any other items that you're attuned to? I think you can only attune to how many?
3. And the only other thing I have is my Ring of Protection, so that'll get me to the max
Yeah.
to 3. Because the wand didn't need attunement.
So you'll attune to both of them.
I shall, yes.
And the rest of the party, please make note if you guys are, let me know if you're going to attune to any items during your rest.
I'm not attuning to either of the ones that I picked up yet. I don't think I need to for the dagger. Though.
Okay.
I
Walden, being?
Yeah, I am definitely attuning to the new Spear of Lightning.
Okay.
And I shall attune the Amulet of Health.
Okie dokie. All right. So Viz, you are beginning your watch. Can you roll me a dice, please?
Which one would you like me to roll?
Um,
And how many times?
can you roll me a D32?
All right. 6. I feel like that's not a high no amount. But we shall see.
Okay, so the ring you have, you can feel how powerful it is. Because of like its ability, it's like pretty open. There's not really a lot of charge. There's no charges for it, right?
No, there aren't.
But you also feel something else now that you've attuned to it.
Oh,
This ring also contains a powerful being within it.
oh no.
And this powerful being has bound this ring to your finger.
I'm cursed, son of a bitch.
Um, he he's not really telling you very much, except that he's taunting you a little bit as soon as you've put it on. Um, and basically the first thought that you get when you wake up in the morning and you check this ring out and you go to like sort of spin it around a little bit and it doesn't move.
Oh,
It sort of stays put on your finger. And you hear this as you begin to twist it and try to move it a little bit. You hear this malevolent voice in your head. And he says, "It won't be long. We'll be able to take this off soon."
what? Son of a bitch. All right, what are you? Are you a demon? Are you a spirit of a man? A wizard? Why have you cursed me?
Just need a vessel, and yours will do just fine.
Could you not?
We'll get to the how eventually.
Come on. Actually, hey, is Billy? No, Billy Bob would be asleep.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
John, can you roll me another D32?
I'm afraid to, but I have no choice. So,
Because you've that
Well, I mean,
staff as
also
well,
very
right?
poorly.
You can always let the god, the omnipotent being in the sky roll it if you really don't trust yourself.
I mean, I never do, so let's not even bother asking.
You rolled a 4?
Yeah, I mean, terrible. A terribly low roll, I think. I can't
Okay. You're a wizard, right? Hold on, let me
tell. Oh,
check.
don't.
Is the staff cursed and possessed too?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're all cursed and possessed.
They're all fighting for Viz's.
Yeah, seriously,
Viz,
take turns, I guess.
What's your hit die type?
What, like, oh, really? Like, what do I roll for my hit
Yeah,
die?
what do you roll for your hit dice?
Oh, I don't know. Where do
You're
I
a
find
wizard.
that easily?
It's a D6, isn't it?
Yeah, probably a D6. Yeah.
Is it a D6?
Yeah,
Someone
it's a
check
D6.
for a wizard. You sure?
It's not a D4. Was it? I
not
thought
a
was
D4?
it
D4. Jesus, this is an A D&D.
Hey, it used to be a D4 in
I-
3.5.
Yeah.
It's a D6?
Yes, hit dice is 1d6 per
Yeah,
wizard
1d6
level.
Okay, cool.
plus
Can
Constitution.
you roll me a D6?
Oh, good. That's how many hit die I lose forever. 5. Great.
That's
I rolled great on
exactly it.
that.
You're gonna lose 5 hit points
I rolled
permanently.
great on that. That's good. That's good that I rolled very well on that.
So
you.
the staff you feel has also. I mean, you can put the staff down if you want to, but you do feel like you're attuned to this, and
Wait, every time I pick it up, I would permanently lose hit die?
no,
I'm
you're
snapping that motherfucker in half.
you're. It's like it's attuned to you, and it has cursed you with you have lost 5 hit points by being attuned to this thing. So you still gain all of its abilities as normal.
But I mean,
But you
I can't get rid of the curse. I might as well fucking use it.
right. Well, that's the thing. Until you get rid of the curse, which there's numerous ways to get rid of the curse, but that's on you to figure out. So you wake up in the morning. You don't feel so great. You've healed, and you've prepared some spells, but at the same time, you've got 2 items that are not very nice. They're great, but bad.
Well, that's just wonderful. Great. I have 22 hit points. If anyone's curious, I can literally be killed by a small gust of wind. So that's fun for everybody. Just have fun with that.
Yeah, so better stop saying shit about my mama.
Go ahead, kill me.
Why,
What
why
the
would I
fuck?
want to kill you?
I don't know.
Fizz?
You're
Why?
literally threatening my life.
It was a joke. God, you said something about my mom last night. Wasn't? Take it easy.
I'm so
What
tired.
What got you so grumpy this morning?
2 cursed items. Oh, by the way, everybody who's holding an item right now, you're cursed. So you're all asleep, but you'll know. You'll fucking know. So how's my watch go?
The watch goes off just fine. No issues. No real problems.
Besides getting cursed.
Besides, well, being cursed with these items.
I mean, as I was checking them and inspecting them using the spell Identify, I had no chance of identifying the fact that they were cursed.
Unfortunately, no. If you look under cursed items,
I mean, again, it is what it is.
basically it says the items thing will specify if it's cursed. Unfortunately, most methods of identifying items, including the Identify spell, fail to reveal such a curse, although lore might hint at it. A curse should be a surprise to the item's user, which it is. The item's curse can't be attunement to the cursed item can't be ended voluntarily unless the curse is broken first, such as with the remove curse spell, or perhaps in other means.
Well, Billy Bob definitely doesn't have the remove curse spell, so
So the watch goes off just fine. What would you like to do during some of that time?
fume about the fact that I'm cursed and physically weakened. And then once I'm done doing that, I guess I'll read my book.
Yeah, I'd say you spend about half an hour, and then you're like, ah. And which book are you going to read?
I
think you have lots.
I don't trust anything at this point. It could curse my eyes so that I start shitting my pants for the rest of my life, so I carefully open up this book of conjuration, waiting for something terrible to happen to me.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're going to read through the book of conjuration?
Well, until I start vomiting blood or something.
I just thought that's like the next thing that's going to happen. It's like, until I'm just continually vomiting blood. All right, so I need to look up because basically you can't gain spells, right? Unless you...
I can add spells to my spell book. I just have to take the time to write them down, and it takes a certain amount of gold depending on the spell level.
Right, but you have to find them first, right?
Yeah, but I can take them from scrolls or spell books or
Right.
people teaching them.
All right, so this is a book of conjuration, correct? That you're checking out?
Yes, specifically
you
about
wanted
teleportation. Well, it's about conjuration, but I tried to find one that had something to do with teleportation.
All right. Trying to see what might be contained within this book.
Well, these items were sweet. Although, when you remove a curse, does that also remove the spell on the object?
So, the book that you have on conjuration, you did try to find one that had to do with teleportation specific. Um,
Yes.
Actually, let me just check all of the. Oh God, D&D Beyond. Thank you.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, just thanks. It's pretty sweet. Um, so the book that you found, can you roll me a?
Oh god, if you ask me
Let's
to roll a
see.
d32, I'm going...
No, it'll be a D3. D2.
That's how many curses I have on me?
2.
That is currently correct. I mean, you said it, but it came up true.
It's true.
So there is a scroll, or not scroll. This is the spell talks about teleportation, but also talks, or the whole book talks about teleportation, but also about lightning. So it's definitely a spell that you were, a book that you were into. And so let's see. There's a spell called Thunder Step
Ooh.
that you find within here.
That sounds quite neat.
I'll read it to you real quick. It's a 3rd level spell. It has an action time of a casting time of 1 action, a range of 90 feet. You teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range. Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a con saving throw, taking 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The thunder can be heard for up to 300 feet away. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also teleport one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its own carrying weight. A creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast the spell, and there must be an unoccupied space within 5 feet of your destination.
All right. That is rather interesting. I am very excited about that.
So you can teleport yourself within range. It's 90 feet, essentially.
I'm trying to...
So it's like a teleportation step type of thing.
I guess on D&D Beyond, it's under a different manual, because it's not showing up on my...
Workaround. Here we go. Right through roll 20.
Shaboosh.
Yep.
Ooh.
And if you cast it at 4th level or higher, you add 1d10 for every level above 3rd. Which is pretty sweet that you can like take somebody with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
a pretty sweet looking spell.
I'm
be useful.
excited.
You should learn that.
This book is also not cursed.
Oh, good.
Congratulations on that. Hey, I can always just start smacking stuff with my stick.
So your watch ends, and you go to wake up Walden. Anything you want to do, when you wake him up?
Well, I mean, if he's already attuned to his items, there's nothing I can do for him. So, I'll just warn him that all the objects we got in those glass, I guess, display cases were cursed.
God damn, I knew it. But I did it anyway.
So, if you have one, it's too late, and you now have a curse. So, I apologize, I didn't see it earlier.
God damn it. Viz?
Hey, how was I to know?
Gosh darn it.
So Walden, what item did you grab?
I grabbed the magical necklace,
Ah, the magical
which
necklace.
is the which is the 1 second.
Yeah, Kenny, you had 2 items. You had the brooch and the knife.
Yes, but I didn't attune to either of them because I have a necklace on, so I can't attune to the brooch. And I didn't. I just put the belt in my
It's
the
an
knife
amulet
in
of
my
health.
belt. I didn't
It's an
attune
amulet
that
of
to it.
what again?
Health.
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 Yep.
All right. Can
Do you
you
need the specs?
uh no, but you can if you got them. That's fine. If you want
It's
to read them, you can.
upon attunement, the wearer's constitution becomes a 19.
Right.
Is what you
Okay.
said.
Can you roll me a D32?
Can I? Yes, I would love to roll a D32. I'm just making up die on roll
Mhm.
20 here.
I am.
18.
All right. Walden, what's your alignment?
It's chaotic good, and I'd like it if it stayed that way.
It ain't.
Walden, can you join me in the general chat real quick?
Oh, wonderful. 1 second.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Well, for all those people who can't hear what's happening in the other chat because you're not in the chat with, Walden and the voice that's in his head right now, thanks for listening. Welcome to Quest Hook. Let's pitch Quest Hook. My name's Kenny. I'll be on Quest Hook until either I die or these quest is completed and we continue by hooking a new quest.
Sponsor us.
I don't know who would be. I don't know who's listening, Falyun. I don't know why you keep saying that.
It's for the people
Y'all,
who will listen.
y'all seem. You know what, Falyun? I may just give you this giant slaying knife to put in that bag of holding until we can find some way to remove curses or something like that. Because I was
Well, I'm a
looking at
sleeper.
a lesser restoration, and that doesn't do it. I
I,
think
I'm
the only thing to remove a curse is remove curse.
I'm asleep right now, so you might as well just slide it right in.
Well, I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
In more ways than one. Oh,
Oh, wow, that's weird. No. I'll wait until you're awake. That's, the gentlemanly thing to do. If I'm putting cursed items in your bag that you're carrying, it'd be nice to know that you're carrying cursed items.
yes. I agree.
Yeah, we're all asleep right now, right?
yeah, yes. So,
I prepared a different, instead of water breathing, I prepared a different spell for today. But once we get back on the ship, if we choose to get back on the ship, I will prepare water breathing. It's nice to be able to cast that on the entire crew of a ship and just be like, it's okay if we go down. We can all breathe for 24 hours in the ocean,
that is pretty handy.
right? It's a good little piece of insurance. Either that or water walking, which I can also cast. But I only think it works for like an hour. Water walk, where water breathing works for 24 hours. I don't get that. Oh wait, I can just go to D20 Beyond or D&D Beyond, right? Go to
Yes,
spells.
yes, you can.
Go to manage spells. You can go to known spells. That's a fucking crazy list. Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what I was
D&D
gonna
Beyond,
prepare.
you should sponsor us because I'm currently buying content from your website so that I can add that spell that Tom just gave my character because I don't have it in my content.
Conjure animals level 3. That's gonna be fun. one beast of challenge lit, two beasts of challenge lighting, one. I can do two brown bears, I think, right? No, they're ones. So, dude, I get polar bears, and everything I swing is magical next level. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Magical polar bears, people.
It's
Like
what the
Eeyore
world
Burnison.
always needed.
It'd be awesome if it was like Eeyore Burnison. You read that book, Joe?
Which one?
Okay. So, Walden, your rest go your what's it called? Watch goes off. No problems.
Okay.
Besides your problems.
Right.
And anything else? Anything you're gonna do during your watch?
Uh, Besides what we discussed, that'll be my watch.
All right. So you wake up Fal for his watch.
I'm gonna kick him in the ribs, hard.
Oh,
It's 2 minutes. You're 2 minutes late, man.
I think that is your fault for waking me up 2 minutes late.
Just get to watching.
All right. Jeez. Anything I should be on the lookout for?
I don't know, man. Let me get some
Somebody
goddamn sleep.
Seems evil.
All right, all right. Well, get your ass in bed then.
I shall go to sleep.
All right. So Fal, you have a new spear, right?
Yeah.
That you've
I
attuned
have
to.
a spear of lightning. Yes.
Yeah. Can you roll me a D32?
Boom.
32.
13.
32. D32.
I don't know what we're hoping to roll, but I feel like none of us have rolled well on our D32 checks.
All right.
Yeah.
So Fal.
What does that sound?
Oh no, that's just the sound.
Does anybody else hear some weird sounds coming from the ether?
Fal, can you roll me a D3, please?
The wind is suddenly ominous. 2.
Everything.
Okay, so Fal, you're gonna permanently lose 2 points of dexterity.
Oh!
This spear has a curse on it, and you feel that you're attuned to this spear, and you can't break that attunement. And while you're attuned to it, basically, you have this debility.
So I feel like I'm suddenly walking with a limp.
You just feel like a little more. It's one of those things where, like, normally you wake up and you feel spry and ready to go because you're how old?
26.
Okay, so now you wake up and it's more like you're 42,
Wow.
and you're just like, you like crack your spine, after you get up and walk around. You're like, a little bit of acid built up in your muscles, like feeling just like a little, a few extra stretches.
Whoops.
Yeah, exactly. Just like getting old. You're like, wait a minute, I'm fucking old.
No, I'm not.
But you can feel that this is where it's coming from. What you want to do about that is entirely up to you. But what would you like to do for your watch? Anything in particular?
I guess if I know where this debilitation is coming from, I would like to play around with it to see what else I can do.
What do you mean?
See how far the lightning abilities.
Oh,
can
yeah.
go.
Like, use them, like, try out the spear?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you going to stay in the chamber? Or are you going to, like, go somewhere?
I will stay in the chamber and just practice with it. It has to be good for something, right?
Yeah, so it like sparks and stuff, when you like stab with it. It's definitely pretty sweet. Like you learn, are able to give it a command word. Um what is its command word?
Elding.
Okay. So when you say elding, it will basically the spear tip will wreath itself in like arcing electricity. And it will deal electric damage in addition to its regular damage. And then if you say that word again, elding, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
It'll stop the effect. But it always has the plus on it, which is a +1, I think, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Kind of.
Though at the cost of some dexterity.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't really have a choice on that now after the fact. So again, your watch is pretty calm. Nothing really happens besides you learning more about your weapon. And you sort of wake everybody up at the end of everything. You guys are all well rested. You guys can all spend hit dice if you haven't. Make sure you refill your spell slots and change out any spells that you want as you guys do your morning rituals and stuff. Anybody need any time to do those things? Or are you guys all set?
We're all set.
I
I'm
could
all
use
set.
a
I was just
second.
wondering, how much do I heal?
You can spend however many hit dice per level, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you can spend up to.
So you're level 5, so you can roll up to 5. Is it a D8? I think is your hit die as a
Okay.
Rogue, I believe, is a D8, but if you want me to check, I will.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't say somewhere right on this character sheet.
I mean, it's in the first, paragraph of the class in the book. So, Ranger. The wrong direction. D8.
All right, so yeah, you can roll up to 5d8.
I have to spend a couple of hit dice.
At least I think that's how it works.
I'm
Am I
fully-
spouting
yeah,
bullcrap?
No, and you gain them back. You gain some every level, or you spend them before you rest, and then you gain hit dice back when you rest.
Oh no, never mind. You guys regain all the hit. You regain all hit points,
Oh, nice.
and you regain all spent hit dice that you've used.
Spells, abilities.
Long rest. Let's see. At the end of a long rest, a character regains all lost hit points. Character regains spent hit dice up to a number of equal to half the character's total number of them. So you don't gain all of your hit dice back, depending on how many you spent. Just half.
Well, that's all I needed, so...
Works for me.
Alrighty. So that brings you guys to the morning. The Bondmen are fairly rested, considering how their previous state was. So what would you guys like to do? You sort of break camp, put out the fire.
I ask for Kenny's help as I do not feel as limber and athletic as I was, thanks to the spear.
What do you need help with, buddy? I'll give you a hand.
Just putting things away.
Oh yeah, I'll help pack up camp and try to, make sure everybody's doing okay this morning.
Yeah. You guys pack up camp and stuff, and
Shall we take these guys home, talk to the elder, and then maybe come back. What do you guys... These bombin don't need to be here.
I agree. Perhaps we can take that teleportation stone that we did before.
Oh, that's
What?
true. We could just touch the crystal that's in the dungeon and automatically teleport to the village.
It doesn't. Sorry.
Huh?
Nothing.
Well, I mean, it's near the village. It's closer than we are now.
Yeah, but we know our way from here to the boats and from the boats to the village, right?
Yeah, but that's such a longer travel.
Well, I mean, we could talk to Ronan and tell him, you know, and tell him we have possibly another way off the island that, you know, we just may need him to meet us in Verdun.
It would be good to convey that information.
But that's just me. I mean, we could just jump into one of these pools and let these bonbon, you know, take care of themselves if you want.
Well, we should definitely go back to the village and tell the shaman what we found and get these bonbon back to their people. And then update Captain... What's his name?
Tomri.
No. Our captain. Our captain.
Ringo.
Ringo. Captain Ringo. That we have a much quicker way to get to the Isles of Verdun, and we'll meet him there. And... I don't know, I think, and then we can go into the pools. That sounds like a plan as good as any.
Are we sure we know how they work?
Yes.
Can we test that?
Not without doing it, so... And I'm not sending Terry, and anyone who goes won't be able to come back, so... We're gonna have to just hope it works the first time we try it. But I have a strong suspicion it will, so... I'm very confident our interpretations of how to use the pool are correct.
Well, as much as I hate magic, I do trust you.
And
Well,
how about
that
this?
actually that actually means a lot because you really do hate magic.
Okay, how about this? We take these guys home. We go talk to
Are you gonna just do that thing where you say my plan again, and then you're gonna be like,
No,
"Huh,
'cause I
guys"?
said it. Because I said it first.
Except
but,
you said
you know,
go to the captain first, but I think we should
Well,
use, as
potato,
Val
potato.
said, we use the stone to get to the village quicker, because it does take us closer. Because these guys look tired, and I don't want to march them through the woods.
It also puts us on top of the mountain.
Yes,
Which-
which we need to do for Donda.
Exactly.
And we also need to find something for you.
Yes, we need to find your...
Value.
Let me...
The meadow lily.
Tritop.
Yes.
Yes, the meadow lily. And the tritop.
And the Tritop horn.
All right, so I guess we're going back to this village first. Then to the boat, then
And-
back to here, possibly.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, definitely back to here to do the pools.
Well, what if it only takes, 3 days to get to Verdunia from where we are? And
Well, then we're
we're-
saving
and-
3 days, and while he's doing that, we can get rid of our business. And then he only has to spend a day getting supplies instead of 3 days waiting around for our asses.
What are you guys arguing about?
Uh,
Why can't these four guys just walk home?
I feel it's our responsibility to make sure they make it back safely.
We already saved them. What else do we owe them?
We make sure that we finish the job we started. Walden,
It is on good conscience.
it's what we do.
All right, well then let's get a move on.
All right.
All right. So,
So we go to that crystal that's in this dungeon, and we... I guess, well, first I'm going to, as a ritual, cast Comprehend Languages. And take 10 minutes to do that.
alrighty.
And that lasts for an hour, and then spoken language or written language, communicate with, one language of my choosing.
Yeah, so you can understand them.
Yes. And speak to them back in common, I guess.
Exactly.
Do they understand Elven, right? Slightly.
Yeah, like broken Elvish, or at
They
least the
they
one.
understand Elvish better than common.
You guys haven't really tried to talk to these guys in other than in common. These specific 4 people.
I guess before I cast the ritual, I'll throw them a question of, Spricken the Elven.
One of them like nods hesitantly. And you get sort of a little.
Um, well, we are going to get you back to the village. Would you like that?
Home?
Yes, the Bonbin village with the shaman whose name I can't recall.
Unri.
He
Yes.
turns and like talks to the other bondman for just a moment.
Henri.
We go home. And he like, stands up and like he's like, let's fucking go home.
And goes back down to the dungeon.
No, and they're like, yeah, let's go home.
Right. Well, to get home, you're going to have to trust us. There's a bit of teleportation involved. And it's might scare you, but it's very safe. It's just very strange to you, maybe.
He
Just wanted
seems
to warn you.
confused by the word.
You'll see. And I just give you I do a come follow, and I try to kind of put him at ease.
Can you make me a persuasion check?
I will. I think that that is yeah, I'm not rolling well today. So an 8.
Okay, so he's like a little wary. You can see, having someone who you've just rescued recently
Get all
have
these
some
bad rolls
strangers
out
who
of the way.
rescue him to say, "Hey, come follow me. Let me show you this strange thing." He's like, I don't know.
He's like, we were just outside.
So yeah, he's like, home,
Viz,
jungle.
perhaps they know the way.
I mean, are they still injured? Looking
I
at them
assume anything that
visually?
you're not saying to them, are you guys saying in common? I just want to be clear as to what they can understand and not. Because you just told me you were speaking to those guys in Elfish before, and they
Well,
were
yeah,
like, yeah.
I'm only speaking to them.
But
Can I take them aside and Elvis try to communicate with them?
yeah,
Do you want to do it in GM chat or here?
sure, we can do that real quick if you want to. Walden takes do you take just one of them aside?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Hold on one sec. We'll be right back, guys.
I guess I'll keep talking to the other 3, and try to put them at ease. But in the meantime, Foul,
Yes.
do you remember the way to the village from the mountaintop? Because we kind of found it by accident when we found the hunters. We didn't find the village from the mountaintop. We had people sort of lead us there.
Yes. But it was within sighting distance.
Oh, it was. Okay. So we should be able to spot it.
It was quite a ways travel with the Allosauruses, but I think we can manage. Atop the mountain, we could at least see the rancid.
That's true. And I prepared sending, finally.
Okay, so you're talking to this guy and these guys, and the other guy comes back from chatting with Walden.
Yes.
He confers with his friends a little bit. And the one guy you were talking to comes back to you. He's like, "So we go? We free?"
Yes.
He looks at the other Bonbin and says something in Bonbin, and they're like, "All right, let's go." And he says in Elfish to you guys, "Let's leave."
And I say back in Elvish, we will take you to see Unri and Tonri.
Allons-y.
You
Hello.
guys can go ahead and move your characters. The Bondmen start marching out.
We did you?
I'm gonna
not-
warm myself by the fire.
Yeah.
You coming, Walden?
Man, you take it from here. I'm gonna hang here for a second. You guys are coming back, right?
I mean, in like a day.
Oh, well. If you insist, I think you should let those guys off on their own, honestly.
No, I don't think. Why are they going on their Bombin? And I kind of called them back. Don't go off on your own in Elven.
Hey,
In
hey.
Elfish, he says, "Thank you." And they wave. And they start walking down the hall.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
the
put
way
my
back
hand on-
to the crystal, Tom?
No,
No, it
it's
is
not.
No,
I
I'm
run
gonna
down
run
the
after
way.
and grab the one in the back. Like, no, not that way.
I shout out in Elvish, "This way is faster."
Make me a persuasion check, Viz.
Uh,
As you reach out and grab this guy.
wow, rolled the same fucking thing.
Okay, he's gonna try to struggle away from you. Do you hold your grip tighter, or do you let him go?
Well, I mean, I don't want to fight him, so I'll let go. But I say, like, that's not. We have a faster way to get back to the village. That way's more dangerous.
The lead Bonbin turns back to you guys. And in Elfish, in Brokish Elfish, he says, "We know the way." And they continue to start marching.
Hey, Viz, wait a second. That guy
Then-
wanted to talk to me. He told me they just wanted to go on their own, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'd feel better if they didn't,
It
but
seems they also know the way, so why don't we just follow them?
because our way's faster.
Isn't that a
As
waste
you
of
guys
time?
continue to talk, they just start walking.
Well, I mean, I still want to do
Well-
the teleportation thing to cut down some time from our travel. Otherwise,
Hang on, I'm gonna run up to them and hand them one of my spare daggers, and I have an extra shield. Let me check.
So you're gonna hand them some stuff.
I'm gonna hand them a dagger and tell them, "Be safe. We will meet you
See
again
ya."
back at the village." Yeah, I hand them one shield and a dagger.
All right. The guy, he'll take it from you. And he he nods at you and sort of backs away, taking them from you.
Okay.
And they head down the hall.
all right. Well, that was strange. I'm not gonna waste more time
you
on
hear
it.
the
So
doors open at the end of the hallway, and you hear them part.
what did you say to them, Walden?
I didn't say anything. The guy confided in me that he didn't want to go.
Confided. I didn't know you knew how to speak to them so much better than we.
Well, it's just one of those things, man. He saw me. I've got one of those faces, man. People trust me.
I've never heard anyone say that in all my time
Ah.
knowing you.
I trust him.
Thank
But
you.
I will say this: we should just go kick that crystal if that's what your plan was anyway.
Well, that
Yep.
was my plan. So yes.
So you look, you see Fal and Billy Bob have just rounded the corner.
towards the crystal.
Yeah,
Let's follow.
I think this is where the crystal was. It's either this hall or the next hall.
It's right there at that corner.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that it takes us back to the same spot. You know,
Well,
what if it's just a random dump?
I
Do we
touched the
know?
crystal.
Oh man.
Boop, disappears.
I look at everyone and say, "All right, once again," and I touch the crystal.
And Falyuan disappears. It's not even like a whoosh of smoke. It's just like as soon as his finger touches it, he just like blinks out of existence.
I'm gonna hold Walden's hand and be like, "You ready, buddy?"
You go on ahead. 1 second. Billy Bob owes me something here.
Well,
Billy
I
Bob
don't
turns
think-
to you. He's like, "What do I owe you, man?"
The mace.
oh, that's true. That mace that he
He like
gave you.
looks. He looks down at it. He's like, "I thought I could use it."
Well,
Well, you can't give it back.
and you have Donder.
He hands it back to you.
Wasn't the mace better? Well, I'm not there,
Well-
so whatever.
Well,
And
then,
he shrugs. He's like,
Moved away.
"Thanks, though."
well, then I'll carry up the back.
Alrighty. I'm gonna hit the crystal.
All right. You also boop, blink out.
I'll put my hand on Billy Bob's shoulder. Well, like high hip. Be
Mhm.
like, it's okay, Billy Bob. I don't think anybody's truly themselves after this dungeon. And I'll like push him into the crystal.
He shares a moment with you and like looks down at you, and is like, "I'll be happy to see the light and be able to pray to go better again." As you guys like blink out of existence. Whoop. So you guys find yourselves. We'll just move to here for now. You guys find yourselves high above. It is morning. Let's switch things up a little bit.
Ooh, jungle sounds.
So, you guys find yourselves basically just moments apart, sort of appearing next to one another. And you're in this small clearing,
Hey,
high
look, there,
above,
the Bonbin.
high up in a sort of like mountainous area. You don't see any other people or anything like that. You do see that there is a small cliff behind you that looks like it's got a pretty good vantage point if you wanted to climb up on it. Otherwise, there's a couple game trails that sort of lead out from this area. It sort of feels like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Is this the same spot we remember from last time?
Yeah, it is the spot you were that you were teleported to before. If you remember, the last time you were teleported there, you eventually ventured to an area where you, it was a large plain where you found the Bonbin on the Allosaurus riders, and then they took you for a several-hour Allosaurus rider ride back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you guys are just sort of in the middle of the jungle.
Are we at the highest peak? In
You are on a mountainside. You might not necessarily be at the highest peak.
How
Okay.
has the climb that you said that this vantage is at?
Oh, maybe 20, 30 feet. Nothing difficult. Nothing that you need to make a check for, if that's what you're wondering.
Oh, I'm totally going up to the top of that vantage point.
It just, it's like gives you a little more view. It's where you viewed from before, I think, previously. Whoever was the first person to teleport through.
It was me.
Yeah, John, it's where you looked through before.
Yes.
how early in the morning is it, Tom?
Maybe an hour or two after first light.
7 o'clock ish.
Okay, because Donder needs to be at the top of the mountain during sunrise.
Yeah, you've passed sunrise.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to be
Sunrise is like a moment, you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be on top of mountain again at sunrise at some point. But let's look for that thing for restoring your fingers before we get back to the Bonbin village.
Yeah. All right. Looking for meadow lilies and a tritop. So I will keep my eye out for that.
Yes,
Alright.
I too will. I'm going to do. I'm going to try to recall any information the chief may have given us on how to find either object.
Yeah, you
I think
guys.
I pull out my little notepad. I'm looking at the
Yeah, do you
different.
have notes on it?
I do have notes on the Tritop, I believe. Um,
Well, so the two are somewhat related, in some ways. So the
ba-
Tritop
base of
is
the Mesa River.
is where they're found.
Yes, I
Mm.
believe so.
Yes, and then on top of the mesa,
Is
um,
where.
on some of the plateaus and stuff, is where the meadow lily can be found.
So, can
Um,
I see either of these from the vantage point?
From the vantage point, you can see the mesa area. Basically, down from where you are, there's the game trail that sort of leads out of the mountains here, and leads down towards the river valley. And you can see that ahead of you, if you were imagine, you can see that there's like, how do I describe this? Okay, so ahead of you, there's a river that descends down from the mountain, and there's a whole bunch of forest and jungle and such. And then you can see that after this river descends across the jungle and across this river, there is a sort of like a mesa, like plateau type area. So you imagine the river area you're looking for is sort of just to your, what you would say is your north from here.
How long does it possibly take to get there?
You think it's probably, let me do a measurement. It's probably like 6 miles, 7 miles.
That's not bad.
That's
2 hours.
2 hour, yeah, 2 hour travel at a walk.
On a regular road.
True.
Mountainous jungle.
It's 6 hours as the crow flies, or 6 hours like, just 6 hours. Or
It's
6 miles. Sorry.
it's probably gonna take you between 4 and 5 hours, you imagine.
So it seems like we're going to take the next day or two to try to find these things for reforming value.
I mean, worth it, honestly. I can
Agreed.
send a message to the ship to let them know.
And perhaps one to the shaman to let him be on the lookout for 4 bonbon rescued.
Yeah, that's true. I can send Terry to the ship, and I can do a sending to Henri, since sending's a level 3 spell, and I don't get a ton of those per day.
Yeah. So you want to send Terry to the ship to do what?
With a message tied to his foot. Well, also he can talk, so I guess I'll just be like, Terry, tell Ringo that we are going to be in the woods for a couple of more days to complete our work here, but we have found a way to get to the Isles of Adun quickly, and we'll be doing so in a... Well, I mean, I turn to the others. Are we
Can Terry
going...
talk? I didn't think Terry could talk.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. That's why I got a Robin, is that he has the ability to speak in common at the very beginning of the game to anyone. That's why he's Terry, and he fucking talks like this, mate. Yeah, you forgot about Terry. Come on. So I'm like, Terry... so I turned to everyone. Are we still going to stop by the boat after we finish our business in the village?
I would say yes.
All right, so I just say, Terry, tell the boat, tell Captain Ringo, we're going to be a couple more days delayed to meet him at the boat where he is harbored, or anchored, as it were.
Supplies would be nice.
Yeah, once we're done with our business up here and in the village. What do you say, 2 days? Just to give, a little buffer for us?
That sounds about right.
All right. So yeah, I say Ringo should wait 2 more days. Thank you, Terry. We will probably be around here. Well, he can sense where I am, right? Or how does that work? Like to get back to me.
Well, I mean, he doesn't necessarily know where you are, right?
I find familiar a spirit that takes acts independently. Additionally, as an action, you can't have more than one familiar. Oh wait, what's that? He can't get more than a mile away from me. That's right.
Yeah.
Remember we did that whole thing?
Yeah. I do remember that now.
Yeah,
So he's
sorry.
not really someone you can send on a long-term
No.
message sending.
I have message though, the spell, but
Yeah,
that's
you can do
only
sending.
120 feet. Yeah, well, sending. I guess I can just blow both of my third level spells to do ascending to Ringo and then ascending to Henri. Unless we want to just kind of not bother telling Henri about the villagers coming. I mean, I'd be out of third level spells. That'd be the only thing. And my third level spells are Fireball, Lightning Bolt, and Sending. So, like, I can either cast Sending twice or maybe save something so I have a Fireball or a Lightning Bolt.
Hey, you do what you see fit. I don't think you need to send a message to either quite yet.
Well, I mean, Ringo, we didn't tell him how long we were
Well,
going to be.
He said he'd be waiting for at least 3 more days, and that was yesterday. So,
Did he did say that?
well, when we got the supplies to the ship, he said that he would need at least 3 more days.
Well, yeah, how long did we spend underground? Was it just
Probably
a day? Like a
Day
day
and a half, maybe.
since we last were at the boat?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we have another 2 days as buffer anyway. Kenny has a
So
good point.
maybe
Yeah.
tonight at the end of the night
Yeah, I can
maybe
do
tonight-
ascending before we recharge our spells and everything.
that may be a better idea.
Good idea. Thank you, Kenny.
So where do you guys head off to? You're up on this bluff, checking out, sort of surveying the scene.
That plateau, right? For the
Well, first I think we head to the river valley and then we'll head up the plateau. I think it might be wise for us to spend the night on the plateau if we have to spend the night out at all.
Although, I mean, spending a night by water would be nice. Fresh water for the evening to cook with and everything.
Not if it's where all the, predatory animals
Yeah,
gather
that's
to
true.
get water.
Everything hunts.
The plateau may be hard for these larger lizard-like animals.
So are
to
you
get
guys
onto.
going to attempt to track one of these Tritops?
We are. Well, I guess, Kenny, you are going to attempt to track one of these Tritops, and we're all going to try to
Yes.
help.
But Fal, that's what you're looking for, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you guys make me a survival check for the first part of your travels, just sort of getting down off this sort of junglish mountainside, crossing the jungle towards the river valley.
I'm going to use my... Tom, can I use my action, I guess, as it were, to scout ahead with Terry? As a way to
What do you
aid.
want him to do?
Just aid, with his bird eyes, see, do our flanks,
Squawk if there's danger.
Yes, check check our rear and check the sides so we don't have to worry, we can track with a bit more focus as Terry will be watching our flanks. That'll be my way
Yeah,
to
I mean, I'm
aid.
not going to give you. I won't give you advantage on it, but we'll take that into account as that's what, that's how Terry's aiding.
Survival is a +1, and I naturally failed, so I don't aid in that regard.
So Fal's got a nat 20.
Cancel out
Walden,
my
can you
nat
make
one.
me a survival check?
A survival? Yeah. -1. Hooray.
Just don't roll a nat, and you'll literally do better than me. Oh, you did the same as
All
me.
right.
All right.
Nope. He literally did the same as you.
Well done.
So you guys do find the jungle to be fairly thick and difficult to navigate. You do find a game trail that's able to get you guys sort of through things a little bit. But Fal,
Kenny and
you're
Value just kind of look back at Walden and Viz, and we're like city folk, huh?
What? Where are we? Help.
I'm looking for a barista, I think.
yeah. I imagine Visit's one of those things where like there's like a thorn occasionally, and you're like, oh, it's like caught on my robes. Like, hold on, and,
Everybody,
like,
help!
hold up for
Stop.
a second. And Falyuan's like jumping from tree to tree, like scouting shit.
Yeah, like
Oh, I think I found their tracks. Like crouching down on the ground,
totally
ear
ignoring that
ear to the
minus
ground.
2.
They're running in
Why-
packs, Value, and they're running in packs.
Just like we are, Kenny.
And Walden, I imagine you're just sort of like kicking the trail, like any tracks that were there. You're just sort of shuffling your feet, like sort of kicking things, helping to obscure them somewhat.
Kind of slightly pissed off you're walking through the jungle, probably.
Probably, yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way into the jungle. You don't hear any water or anything like that at the moment. Sorry, we've sort of lost our music a little bit. Get back to that. And you've been traveling for a little while. Fal, you found some good leads as far as different tracks and stuff like that. But your progress has been slow. So I would like to find out. We're going to break into some roles like we did when we were first doing some overland adventuring.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to need somebody
Those were the days.
who is our scout.
Oh God, not me anymore.
Does that mean like silently moving ahead and seeing there?
Mm-hmm.
You're the new Ulfie. Yes.
You're the one so the scout is the one who is basically checking the active situation.
That's me, yeah.
I need the navigator, who is the one who is telling you guys which direction you need to go.
Joey boy.
I'll be that.
And then I'm going to need a quartermaster, which is the one who's determining when you guys need to stop for food, stop for rest, when you need to find water, determining who gets what rations.
The elf is the frailest, so I feel like
that sounds like my job. It's the thinky one.
So those are the three main things that I need, as far as traveling overland. So you guys have oriented yourselves, and have found you know which way that you want to go. So navigator, can you please make me a survival check?
Oh no!
Oh no.
So
good start.
Well,
we'll
all
wait on
seem
that
to
for
be
a
doing
second.
very, very well. Doing very well. With
Yeah, as a
Now,
whole.
can our scout also make me a
Actually, wait, hold on.
survival check?
1 second.
No holding on.
What the hell? Stop doing
Oh, scout
things.
make a survival check?
Yes.
13. God damn,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. I can cast something.
So,
to give me
what's up, Kenny?
a bonus. I think I can cast something to give me a bonus. No,
You've already got a nat 1. It doesn't matter if you get a bonus or not.
A
Well,
bonus
bless.
to natural 1.
You're still gonna fail.
Yeah, well.
You're a failure.
Even if you
Kenny,
got
you
it
really
above a
fucked this
10
up.
or a 20, you're still gonna fail. So you guys spend the next 2 hours trudging through the jungle, and Walden, you notice that you've been here before.
Kenny, we passed here before.
You guys are lost.
Uh-oh.
How long has it been?
2 hours.
2 hours. All right. How far do we believe we are from where we were 2 hours ago?
You're exactly where you think you were 2 hours ago.
That's not good, guys. All right. Let's
Kenny.
recap.
Kenny, you had one job.
No, let's not get blamey. Come on. No. Let's
No,
just
no, no.
start.
This was totally my fault. The game trail most obviously went around in a circle now that I see it.
It happens, but
So you guys
we
can choose another
adjust.
navigator, or you can spend the next 2 hours, and Kenny, I'll have you make me another survival check.
I believe in Kenny, and I give you a pat on the back, and I say, we're going to do this all together with trusty Kenny leading and navigating our way.
What do you say, Fal? You don't have a current role,
I trust you.
Walden?
I think anybody else should do it besides you. You can't. You're not up to the job.
Well, the Kenny votes have it, so Kenny it is. Hey, 15. Much better.
All right. Walden, can you make me a survival check for... Or actually, I'm sorry. You should be making me a perception check as you're scouting.
Well, that is the one thing about my scouting. I'm not really up to it. My perception is but a +2, but I got a 19.
Hey, nice
Alrighty.
roll.
Shut up.
I'm
So
a bad guy now. Shut up. Don't compliment me.
Kenny takes
I'm
you
an
down
asshole.
a different game trail. When you guys got to a certain fork that he went left at, he decides to go right instead. And you guys travel for another hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. And Walden, you can hear that there's water ahead of you.
Okay.
And you hear moving water essentially, and you think that you're pretty sure you hear like some animals, some large animals off in the distance.
So like, everybody stop. We got animals up ahead. Let me see what's going on.
All right, so he signals to the group to have everybody stop. Do you guys stop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Walden, what do? You head down the trail and
I want to, stealth and check out what's going on.
okay,
near the
make me a
running
stealth
water.
check as you move towards the water to sort of mask the sound of your movement.
Okay, because of my boots of elvenkind, I just rolling 2d20.
All right, so that's gonna be a 25. So you sneak down the just above the banks of the river. You can see that the bank is somewhat steep here. It is probably about 5 feet or so that like slides down from the surface that you're at all the way down to the waters. The water is only a few feet deep. It looks like at
Okay.
most, but it's got a decent amount of volume that it pushes. And as you sneak down the river, sort of hiding from bush to bush, tree to tree, you can see down in an opening, like a clearing kind of across the other side of the river. You notice that there's two. Actually, make me a perception check.
Oh, well, I can do that.
So you think it's two. It might have been one, but you're pretty sure it's two. These enormous creatures. They have sort of like armored like skin, and that is sort of multicolored. And they have this big plate behind their head that is, fanned in all sorts of brilliant colors. And they have 3 enormous horns. And these things are massive. They're like maybe 20 feet long or so, and maybe a good 8 feet at the shoulder, 12 feet at the shoulder, 10 feet at the shoulder, rather. They're big. But you think these are maybe those tritops that Faluan had been talking about.
All right, I'll make my way back out to them.
All right.
What are you were looking for those tritops, right?
That we were, yes.
I think I got 2 of them down by the river there.
Hot diggity dog.
2. Wow.
So,
Well, that sounds promising.
I say we go to them.
You guys, you want to start heading down?
We can scout it out. Do we want to like lay some sort of trap for them, or how do we want to hunt them?
That might be a
Right
good
now
idea.
they're feeding, so they're pretty docile. Might be a good time to attack.
But attack how? And what are they weak against?
I don't know, but they look pretty mean.
How
Which brings
big
me to
were
you,
they?
Sal Ewan. If I help
Say
you
that
get
again.
your hand back, what's in it for me?
What's in it for you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
How about saying you killed one of those things?
And
Look at it.
and also, Fowl with a fully functional hand is a much better bodyguard.
It's not guarding my body.
How many missing fingers do you have? And how
Oh,
many does
well,
he have?
looks like I got them all, and I'd like to keep it that way.
And that's because Fowl's been taking the hits for you, so it's the least we could do.
I agree, Walden.
All
Perhaps,
right. Well, what's your plan?
Well, let us go take a look and see what.
All righty.
All right, so you guys are gonna head out in towards them, down towards them.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and take a 5 minute break real quick. It's like 9:45, so let's take a 5 minute break real quick before as we like start to get into things, and we will be right back. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds
All
5 minutes.
righty. Sounds good,
exciting.
everybody. How's everybody
Woo,
doing?
question.
Walden, you motherfucker.
I can't help it. I can't tell you what's going on, but it's not fun. I love you. You're my best friend.
I love you, boys. My
All right,
brothers.
we'll be right back.
Walden, what are you wearing?
Your mama. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
I promise.
It gives me 18 con. It's like an amulet of health. It's a wondrous item. So my con was a +1, I think. So it just really boosted me like crazy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can get a match in. Son.
What kind of match?
I mean, what do you think? I don't think I have time for one, but
I don't think you do either. 5 minutes is not long enough to even get it.
yeah, but everybody takes longer.
No, not that much longer.
Shut up, Joe.
I mean, I'm not even going away. I'm just sitting right here. Just gonna talk to Walden, talk it out with my buddy. You know,
Liam Walt
everything all
hates
right?
you.
Everything all right, Walden?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
No, I I'm doing all right. Yeah, all things said and done.
Great.
Um,
Oh man.
dude,
I'll be
that's
right
some
back.
creepy music.
I've actually been working on some music while we've been playing.
Well, that's
Yeah, I'll be
cool.
right back. I got some good stuff coming up.
I'm back.
Welcome back, buddy. Some creepy music you got going on here. Is it because everybody's cursed? Is that why you're doing this? I mean,
Oh my.
smart of me not to,
Yeah, we haven't come across that in a little while, huh?
attune to something that found in a creepy bad thing's lair. Yeah. Yeah, glad I didn't do either of those. I was gonna do that brooch, but then I was like, but I've got my necklace beads, my beads here.
That's true.
They're they're much better in a pinch than a dog would be. So, you know,
Yeah, didn't want to attune to anything.
nah, I've got all the stuff I need. I got a sweet stick. I got some beads. Um, you know, got a couple of magic weapons, and next level, every time I turn into something, my natural weapons are
Yeah, which that's fantastic. Magic
magic
weapons. Yeah.
Yes,
But yo.
that's gonna be a big difference.
You could have had 2 dogs.
I can summon 2 bears right now if I really wanted to.
So you can have 2 dogs and 2 bears.
2 brown bears, just 1/3 level spell. Boom.
And then turn into a bear.
Yep, 3 brown bears.
3 bears and 2 dogs. Damn.
Well, no, 3 bears and no dogs.
Well,
And
that
one
doesn't sound good.
one dog made of onyx.
Well, no, 1 dog who's on
You
a
have an
ship.
onyx dog.
I have an onyx dog, but I haven't attuned to it. Nor am I going to use it, seeing how it seems that my, friends got cursed by magic items that they found there.
So you don't want to use the onyx dog.
Not right now. No.
That's understandable.
All I know, it could, start attacking us.
Very much so. So is everybody back?
Yes, sirree.
I don't know if Nate's back. He's still muted, but
Well,
Hey, sorry, I'm back. Yeah.
all right. Nate's back as well. So let's continue rolling.
Role playing.
Do it.
So you guys are out on the trail. Been on the game trail for several hours. You got lost a little bit, but you think you found your way. And Walden has said that he sees 2 of these tritops up ahead at the riverbed.
I seen them.
So you guys are gonna advance on them. Are you moving quietly? Like, what's the play here? You guys just gonna head down the trail until you see them, or are you gonna sneak down the river? Or are you what's your plan?
It would be wise to keep quietly using the water.
yeah, I would be trying to move quietly, knowing the basic concept of hunting.
All right, so
Yeah,
we're gonna have everybody then make a stealth check, and we're gonna take the average of the group to see how well you guys move.
Oh, I apologize in advance.
Falyun's got a 20. +2 for
not
Viz.
bad.
Nice. All right.
Got a 28.
17. Walden's got a 28. Kenny's got a 12. All right. So as a group, you guys are pretty quiet. The amount of water moving through this river is enough to mask the volume of any splashes or rather, I guess you guys aren't down at the river, but any breaks of twigs, any rustling of leaves, anything like that. And you guys move pretty quickly down the river. And you can see these enormous beasts off in the distance. You guys are about a couple, you'd say a little more than almost 200 feet from them or so. And can everybody make me a perception check?
Sure. Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. Nice.
Damn, that's like the best one I ever had.
Kenny. Great.
Wow.
Actually, should I make one
Walden,
for...
nice.
I'll make one... I should start rolling for Terry more often, but I shan't since we're rolling pretty well.
Yeah, not quite important at the moment. But Kenny, actually, pretty much everybody notices this. That was great for everybody. involved. As you guys sort of break the tree line, and you're, like I said, like a little more than 200 feet, almost 200 feet away from these things, you notice that there's three of them. And they're all, right now, they're all at the, basically, they're drinking. Two of them are drinking from the water at the river edge. And one of them looks like it's just kind of in the brush and looks like it's eating some of the trees and stuff like that around. You think that these things, you're not really sure, but you think that these things are omnivores. So they're eating some of the brush and stuff like that, but they're also eating other creatures and things. So I am going to go ahead and move us to another map.
Ooh.
Now, so can you guys see this map?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so you're in the top left-hand corner of this map.
This is a very pretty map.
Yeah, not one I drew, but one that I'm thinking of being patron of this guy, so that we can continue to use these maps because they're beautiful. They really suit our purposes quite well. A lot of them because they're very. I think I might sponsor him so we can sponsor each other.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, and so you guys are in the woods up here. You know, above the river, and you can see across the way these. Ooh, perfect timing. These three enormous creatures. They are drinking at the water's edge right now. Like I said, two of them, and they don't look like they've noticed you.
Sweet Harvest Fest. This is what we need to kill.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, "Oh, I thought they were smaller," and I thought there'd be one of them.
I could take one of them down. Get me close and shoot him.
All right.
Well, I could also, let's see.
Look, I don't want to kill more of these than we need to.
That's the
So
thing.
let's pick one and bum rush it as fast as possible and hope its buddies don't want to attack us, and hopefully we can get back across.
I mean, the
river.
one on the left seems to be in the least noticeable position. The other two are on the river. That seems it could complicate matters.
If they're herd animals,
So-
as soon as one gets spooked, the others will notice. So we need to pick what we want to do fast and implement a plan.
Well, we can
get-
corner. Well, I guess it'd be on our character's right. So I guess I'll say. Well, I mean, will that be confusing if I say the one this one is the one on the right? Should I just say the one on
Yes.
the left? All right. So I'll be. So the one on the left, we that's the one we could keep it the furthest from the river, so it won't be able to get away from us.
Can we set up a rope across the river? Fal, can you do that from
I
this
can
point?
try.
That'd be a good idea.
And then we can just easily escape. Of course, what do you have to get from this thing?
Their horn.
So we
well,
have to
that's
kill it,
not bad.
basically.
I don't think we can talk to it. Talk it into giving it its horn.
No, and knocking it unconscious and taking it would be more cruel than killing it.
Well, guess we have to kill it.
I suppose so.
Try to all find a position, and
Well, first things first, and that's getting across the river.
Well, so we can move quietly to the river, and then someone can try to shoot an arrow with a rope attached to it to the tree, and then we tie the other end to the tree over here, a tight line.
Can't you fly?
I could levitate if you want me to blow a spell on that.
Just an idea.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a more assured way of getting the rope across than shooting an arrow. But I mean, you have good aim. Val has good aim. I'd trust you to hit a tree with an arrow 10 feet up.
Well,
But will it
let's
hold
try
our weight?
that before we waste your magical capabilities.
So you guys are going to start to move out towards them.
Mhm.
Billy Bob's like, all right, so are we just killing one?
Yes, we're going to try to just kill one.
Unless
Tom,
Yeah,
you
I
if we
like
have
to
to
can't
kill them
engage.
control
all, we'll
my
kill them all.
character.
Yeah, same here.
I would be moving, but
All right, why don't you guys go ahead and then make me a stealth check? Again, each of you individually, but we're doing it kind of as a group because we're not really in initiative at the moment. Just to move you guys towards the riverbank.
23.
23,
18.
21, 18, Kenny, and a 14. All right, pretty good. Um,
Do we need to make one for Billy Bob?
oh yeah, please do make one for Billy Bob. He has a +1.
12.
All right, and okay. So you guys make it. You can all move yourselves into the area by the riverside, or wherever you want in the general area, like on this side of the river. Um. So you don't. These things have not noticed you. You guys are able to sort of sneak up to the riverbed. You notice that from here the bank is fairly steep, and is about a good 5 feet down at a slope to the water. The water looks like it's moving decently fast, and it's probably a couple feet deep, and then it slopes back up sharply on the other side. Um,
So
what
it's
would you
like,
guys like to do?
would you say it's like a grade 5 down the riverbed, and
I
then
don't
it
really know
like,
what those grades things mean. They always really confuse me.
or like it's like just like this would be this square would be plus 5 feet to get up to this
Yes.
being at 5 and this being at
Yeah. Like it's
minus
pretty
5.
steep.
Okay,
Like a 45-degree angle.
so it's like a you could do it on all fours if you're climbing up,
Yeah.
pretty easily.
Yeah, but like if you were to try to walk down it, you would have to like run.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like to do? You're on the edge now. And these things are, definitely just sort of hanging out. I mean, they're enormous creatures, so they're not doing anything very fast at them.
I begin
um,
to tie a rope, one end of a rope to an arrow,
Okay.
and pull out my bow.
All right.
I'm gonna take the other end of the rope that he tied, and tie it to this tree.
Okay. You find a decent branch to tie it to.
And then I'll try to get as close as I can to the edge. And
All
then I
right.
guess we're shooting it to this tree.
All right. Looking to shoot it like right into the trunk, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and make me an attack with that bow?
17.
17. That'll hit the tree. And Kenny, let's see. You're the one handling the rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too bad there's no handle rope anymore. Um. Bop. Why don't you go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check?
Okay. I don't know. What
You have a +2 on sleight of hand.
It's not bad. 9.
Okay, so the rope begins to whiz out of your hands, because he just shot it with the arrow, and you didn't like coil it on the ground or anything like that in like a fancy manner. You just sort of have like the coil of it in your hands, and so it tugs you towards the edge. Can you make me a dex save to not fall over the embankment?
Yes. Dex is +2. 15.
Okay, you're able to grab onto a friend of yours, either Walden or Faluin.
Walden.
Get off me, man.
Walden, he grabs onto your arm and saves himself, basically. And the arrow sticks in. Falyuan, can you make me a stealth check?
Yes. Stealth will be +6.
Okay,
What
great. So it's pretty quiet, you don't and you got a pretty good shot. So it sticks into the tree on the other side. What would you like to do now?
We should send this small guy across.
Oh, if you guys want to discuss for a sec, I'll be right back.
No, I agree. I'll try to manipulate the rope.
Well, I just don't think it's gonna carry any of us very far.
Yeah, that's also a very good point.
You could also turn into
So-
like a mouse or something.
If you get over there, you can. Yeah, that's a very good point as well. If you get over there, you can tie it tighter, taut, so that we can all get over.
Yep. I load you up with climbing gear, Kenny.
Or I'll just take your bag of holding. I don't want to be able to.
All right,
Yeah.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Um,
So what's the choice? What do you guys think?
Kenny is going to go across.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kenny, can you make me an acrobatics check?
no, I'm just gonna turn into a mouse, and then climb across.
All right.
So
Turn
I'm
yourself
gonna
into a
Nice.
mouse.
One of my wild shapes for the day.
Also, make me an acrobatics check as a mouse.
Yes, that I
You should
can.
have a pretty good acrobatics check as a mouse.
I don't know where to find that information.
I will find it for you. It should only take a second.
Yeah, I wild shape. Boom.
You want to turn into a common mouse?
Yep, that's fine.
Can we call it a rat?
That would also be acceptable. Although I want to be cuter than a rat.
That's totally acceptable.
Okay.
All right, make me a let's give you a d20 plus 2. All right. So you scurry your way across the rope.
I get to the opposite side. I change back into Kenny, and I'm gonna use the climbing gear that Falyuan had given me and secure this end of the line quietly.
Okay, make me a stealth check as you secure the ropes. Okay. So you secure the ropes. Let's move you to the other side of the river. So you secure the ropes. Do you tie it around this tree?
Yeah, I'll use the base of the trunk of the tree.
So they're now tied around both trees. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna put the rest of the gear that Falyuan gave me down at the base of the tree, so I'm not carrying extra shit. And keep an eye on the one that's closest to me. And draw my rifle.
Alrighty.
Can I start
Walden?
after
Yeah.
after
What are you up to?
rope is secured? Can I start going over it?
Yeah, make me an acrobatics check to go across the rope.
Well, I would love to.
You're a piece of shit.
Fuck you.
Walden, what has gotten into you today, man?
Fuck
I
you.
swear, every
Oh no, fuck you.
Yes, indeed. Fuck everybody.
So, Walden, you are going to attempt to do the monkey spider type thing across. And you slip. And
Do I
basically you're going to fall right into the water. You can make me a save, actually,
Okay.
to try to grab onto the rope. there's still going to be some detriment. So you slip. We'll just say that at least.
Is it an acrobatics again?
It's just a dexterity save. Just
Oh, okay.
plus your
7.
dex.
My dex save is +7. 19.
Okay. So you don't splash into the water, but you do slip and like grab on by both your hands, and make a decent amount of sound.
I'm like, ah!
Um, Kenny, you see the this thing turn its head. Walden, you are now hanging by both of your hands. What would you like to do?
Can I attempt to get on top of the rope?
Yeah, make me another acrobatics check to try to get back on top and climb across.
Oh my fucking
All right,
god!
you fall into the water.
Oh, shit.
So there is a big splash as Walden falls into the water. Val, what are you and Viz up to?
How fast is the water moving?
It's moving quick enough that he's being carried downstream.
I'm going to cast Levitate on Walden.
Oh, thank fuck.
What's the range of that?
60
That's
feet.
awesome. Nice.
Okay,
That's
because he's just gonna move like 20 feet or so down the river.
So, well,
Oops.
I
I'm
can,
glad you did that.
I can get you up to there. So, yeah, I cast Levitate.
All right, so that lets him float, right?
Yes. Specifically, one creature or object of your choice rises vertically 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. The
Can it
target
move?
can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach. I can change the
Jesus.
target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on my turn, or, as I please. So I can raise you up, and then you'll just have to grab
I moved
something.
20 feet down from the rope.
Yeah, you're at the position that I put you at.
Well, can I
Damn.
just raise him like just right above the water, and he can like paddle himself using levitation, using the momentum?
Yeah, you can
of
float
paddling in
him
the
basically.
water. Yeah,
Right where, like wherever you want,
to the shore.
like right where he is.
So I can control
And then can you
him.
move it as part of the spell?
Yeah, so I can, if we can get you to shore here, have him paddle to here, and then I can raise him and he can grab onto the shore and bring him on, and then I'll lose control when he gets to the top of the rise.
All right, that doesn't sound so bad.
All right.
You will have to roll for stealth though, since you'll be like paddling in the water and grabbing rocks to pull yourself up the rise.
Well, that's about the only thing I can do. So
I'm pretty sure most of the stealth has
All
been
right.
lost at this point. You just splashing around like
So you begin to levitate, Walden, and are going to move over to the shoreline, right?
Yes, to where I have him.
Okay, so you're able to move him over there. Do you continue to move him at all, or is that it?
I can move him up, so he can get another 5 feet horizontally, but he can get up another however many feet he needs to get up to get to the shore.
Okay, but he doesn't control that, right? You do.
I control the up, yes.
Can you control the left or right, side to side movement?
No, that's why he needs to grab things to pull him along, pull himself.
Okay. So you put him just to the shoreline, we'll say.
Yes.
And then it's up to him to sort of pull himself up.
I can help him so he doesn't slip back down, but he will have to pull himself horizontally.
And Fal, what are you doing in the meantime?
Besides face palming.
No, I was ready to jump in after him, so I was tense.
I mean, I'm almost belly laughing right at this point. So
Yeah, so just as Viz starts to cast levitate, I was rushing to the edge and I was
Mm-hmm.
ready to dive in. But seeing as Viz has casted levitate, I breathe a sigh of relief and I will go back to the room.
So when you get out into that open area, that tritop that's across the river from you, the one in the center,
Mhm.
catches your eye. Like you guys like lock eyes for a second, and you can see it grunt. Um, Kenny, you hear some footsteps.
yeah, no, I hear him. I'm gonna like aim my gun at him around the tree. If he gets any closer or shows signs of
He's
being
definitely
aggressive,
interested in your area.
huh? See, is he currently facing me, or is he like
Yeah,
facing the tree that he's
it's
facing?
facing you.
Oh, um, um,
I'm going to almost go prone and
All
ready.
right.
um. If it moves 30 feet of me, I'm gonna shoot it. That's what I'm gonna say, Tom.
All right.
40, 35 feet of me.
So Walden, you pull yourself back up to the shore, to where Kenny is. Like you can
Okay.
see Kenny's like taking cover behind this tree. Viz, do you keep levitating him or do you stop the spell?
Once he gets 60 feet away from me, I can't use the spell anymore. Once he gets more
Okay,
than
so
60 feet away from
is he
me.
60 feet away?
So 60 is like the limit, and
I
he
believe I am.
is. Oh, shoot. Where's my measury boy? He is, yeah. So I've lost
Okay,
control.
so he crawls to the edge and it's like severed. Um, and what are you up to?
I'm checking my radiant revolver, which got wet. Is that an issue for a magical
Hmm.
revolver?
Oh, it's magical now.
Oh, okay.
Haha.
Good.
They're fucking amazing.
Tom says reluctantly.
Well, it's just how like a magical sword can't break.
They're
Just like nope.
absolutely radiant. These guns.
Um,
So I'm
Alright.
gonna make a check to hide myself and just ready to fire at this thing when it's
all right,
if
go
it
ahead and make me a
noticed
stealth check.
if it notices me. Yeah.
All right.
So 31.
So you're not sure if it saw you hide. You've got a pretty good hidey hole. Um, this thing is sniffing and walking towards you guys.
Oh man, I hope it doesn't take 5 more steps. Don't take more steps, bro.
You
Don't
can
do
hear
it.
some loud moving sounds in the distance. You hear them, the two in the distance, calling to each other.
What's it sound like?
You know, a like dinosaur, like
Nice.
type
Kill
of.
it.
They
I just wanted
do
to hear
move
you
in
act it out.
herds. Ma-na-na-ma-ma.
Exactly. Um,
This isn't good, Walden. This isn't good.
Why'd you get that rope all wet with your mouse feet?
Val, you're laying prone.
What?
I'm like on my knees.
Can you make me a stealth check?
Yeah. Stealth would be 19.
All right. Fel, you see this other one sort of come out of the bushes over here.
Oh boy, sweating bullets.
And you see this one begin to cross the river.
How do they look when they're moving? Are they shuffling aggressively?
They're not like running, but they're moving faster than they were moving. Like before, they were hardly moving at all.
Yeah.
But now they're like sort of, moving in step, like a little with a little more purpose.
That's what I was afraid of. I pull the string of my bow just a little harder.
Kenny, you hear this one call out as well, and like it's nearby you.
When it calls out, does it start moving in a different direction?
It starts moving around the tree. And begins to move away from you.
Well, that's good.
Is it though?
Fal, you can see this thing on the other bank begin to move towards its other
We have to strike now.
like Tritops.
Can I start moving after it? I feel like we have to start shooting this. I'm not telling.
Yeah, you can
Yep.
start doing whatever you want. You tell me. I'm
Alright.
just moving them sort of in time.
I'm gonna move up with Walden at a pace and
Walden,
fire.
why don't you
when-
make
when
me
it
a
calls it.
stealth check? Why don't you stop right there and make me a stealth check? And you as well, Kenny.
Okay, mine's a 29.
16.
6.
Basically, I want to get within 30 feet, fire my pistol at it.
So this thing turns around and sees you coming up behind it, Kenny.
okay.
And Walden, it begins to like start to run, like take trot. Do you want to shoot?
Away?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to get a sneak attack.
I'm
Are you going
when
to take
it
your
sees
shot?
me-
It's going to start to run.
Yeah, when it sees me, I'm gonna shoot.
Yeah, I'll shoot.
All right, go ahead and roll. Everyone roll initiative. This thing like trumpets, like "Ah!" And like the other ones like start to like panic.
Hey, for once I don't go last.
I'm just going to clear the turn order and add you guys again.
It's helpful when the wizard can go early.
Tom, will I get my first shot off before we take initiative? I'll say that you and Walden can get a surprise round, or at least Walden can, because he didn't spook it. I was moving with Walden to keep it within pace of me. And so you spooked it by not quite making your stealth check. So Walden is the only one who's actually able to get the jump on it. Okay. So everybody go ahead and edit your... Let me see what theirs is.
Wow, we did pretty well.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Well, I mean, you'll
Kenny, what's your dex?
you'll do great things, Val.
+2.
Oh, I'm sorry, Viz. What's your dex?
+2.
Okay. Okay. So Walden, you're gonna go ahead and first take your shot, your initial shot that sort of started the combat.
So it's not completely out of the range, but I think I have disadvantage, right? If it's over 40 feet with my revolver.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, and I rolled a 20.
All right. So 22
But-
is definitely gonna hit this thing.
Okay.
Let me get us a little.
Thematic music.
Dun, dun, dun,
Can't sneak attack. God damn it. Not within 30 feet, right? So it works. Oh, ranged weapon if you have advantage. Wait, what?
You are hiding from this thing, so you are hidden.
I don't understand the new
Oh
rules.
yeah, so you wouldn't have had advantage. You would have just had to make a regular shot. Actually, I'm sorry,
Okay.
because you have the advantage of being undercover. Why don't you just go ahead and re-roll me the shot?
Okay.
That way, you have the chance of getting the nat 20. All right, 24 is definitely going to hit. You had and deal damage.
I mean, I rolled. Okay, I can roll again.
Oh, you did roll damage already?
Yeah, I
I'll
rolled
just-
12,
I can
yeah.
use that one. I think that's if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So you shoot this thing.
Sneak attack.
They trumpet
damage.
out their. They're all pissed at one another and pissed at you, and they are all running around and stuff now. Walden, what would you like to do? That was your sort of surprise round, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Oh yeah, you don't within 30 feet.
Yeah. Well, wait. Now it's like advantage. I don't really actually understand what it.
What's up?
Sneak attack. Somebody once per turn you can deal an extra one hit, an attack if you have an advantage on the.
Yeah, so you would have advantage if you're flanking it, or if you were hiding and it didn't see you.
Okay. Well, I think then I would like to using my bonus action to sneak up into this area.
Yeah, you'd be able to like go to some place and like hide behind something, and if
I'd
it's
like
within
to-
range again, whenever you can attack, you can.
And I would like to
As long
hide.
as you can make those.
I can hide behind this tree.
Yep, you can use your bonus action as a rogue to hide.
And then I'll take a shot.
So make me a stealth check.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if this thing sees you.
14 plus 20.
Okay. You don't think this thing knows where you are? I mean, you like dart up to it. It's running away. So you dart up to this next bush and dive behind it.
I'll make an attack roll. 14.
14 is going to miss.
Damn. Wait, actually, do I have advantage?
Oh, you do
Hidden?
have advantage. Of course. I'm
I'll
so
roll
sorry.
another one.
Do better than 7.
Yeah, that's better
21.
than 7. Boom. Yeah, you're going to sneak attack this thing.
So, yeah. 2d20 plus. Oops. Plus 4. So 14 slash roll. 12, 26 damage.
All right, so you blast this thing's hind leg, and it like roars in pain, and you can see that the this other one sort of like stops as it's like entering the river now.
Okay. And I still have a move action, right? Do I use my bonus action?
Well, you moved up with your move
Oh,
action.
okay. Got it. Okay.
And then you probably have some move action left. How much did you move?
I think I moved 20 feet.
So you have another 10 feet.
Doink, doink, help.
All
There
right.
you go.
Kenny, it is your turn. You see Walden has run up, shot at this thing, and it looks like it's turning.
Oh no. That's unfortunate. It's turning, and it
Yeah,
saw
like
me
turning
before.
around.
Well, luckily, it's also within range from me, so I'm also gonna shoot at it.
All right.
Um,
Kirker-blow. 19's gonna hit.
I can take 2d8. It's plus 2. Yep. 2d8 plus 2 damage. Can take 15 from my
Nice.
repeater.
All right.
Uh,
Kirker-blow.
as my
Damn, nice.
How many shots you got in that repeater before you got to reload?
5 shots before I have to reload.
Nice.
I'm gonna move 25 feet away from this fucking thing. 5, 15, 20, 5. Come on, Walden. Let's get back across the river.
Oh my god, help me.
All right. Viz, it is your turn.
I am... Actually, from where I am, can I see that back Tritop that Walden hit clearly?
Oh, you can see him. Yeah.
I'm going to cast Jolt at him, which has 120-foot range.
Yeah, you can see him across the way. You're like, this is great. I'm like nowhere near him.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
can
split it
just
too.
sploop him. So I'm going to roll to hit. Da-da-da-ba-bum. Plus 8. Oh, not a good roll. 12 against AC.
12 is going to miss.
Well then,
So it strikes the ground next to him.
I'm like, shoot. Well, I am going to move to here, and that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. So this Tritop here, the one that already forded the river, begins to run up the slope here onto the other side, and is looking for the creature that he saw up on the rise here, and spots you, Viz, standing on the ridge here.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
You can say that again.
So this thing moves up, and you can see what it does is it gets sort of into this this position here, and begins to stamp its feet, and it goes to charge.
Oh,
Let's see if it's got enough movement actually.
there's also a tree in the way.
That's just the underbrush of the tree. It's gonna probably crash through some of it. Doesn't have enough speed to make it to you, but this thing is in movement towards you. Like you can see it's barreling through this, like the underbrush of this tree towards you and Falyuan.
I'm like, Foul, get ready to jump.
This one here has stopped and turned around. And these two sort of occupy the same turn.
Well, it's been a good run.
And this one, can you make me? Did you make me a hide check or a stealth check before?
I did when I originally took the shot, but then I took the shot and I couldn't hide again. So.
Oh, and then you ran away, right? And
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
hide
yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't. I
so
couldn't.
you're not hidden, so it sees you.
Yeah.
All right, it is going to charge you.
Didn't think I'd be abandoned. Joe.
So the Tritop charges across the plane through all of this underbrush and stuff. It's enormous. And goes to gore you with its enormous horns.
Uh,
Oh, sweet Christmas.
Will an 18 hit you?
an 18 will hit me, yeah.
That's going to deal 31 damage.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge. At 5th level, when an attacker that you can hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half attacks
Ooh,
damage
nice.
against.
All right. So you half that damage as he gores you with these enormous horns. Can you make me a strength saving throw?
Not exactly. I don't know what you
You just
call
have
it.
to
but
beat a
it's-
13.
Yeah, not really. Nope.
Okay, so it knocks you to the ground with this. And as it says in Trampling Charge, if the target is prone, the Triceratops can make one stomp attack as a bonus action.
Oh, shit.
Damn. Don't hit me. Oh, that hits, yeah.
No.
All right, and you're going to take 21 bludgeoning damage from the enormous... as
So
it stomps
37
its
damage.
enormous feet on you.
Ooh.
It like snorts loudly and like tosses its head about.
Whoops.
Its brethren sort of just like lumbers into the field behind it. Looks like it's scanning the horizon for another creature. Kenny, are you out in the open there?
I mean,
You just moved backwards, correct?
Yeah. I guess
It
so.
begins to move up towards you. It looks like it's looking at you as you like glance over your shoulder, running away from it. Seeing Walden get thrown to the ground.
No threat here.
It is Billy Bob's turn. Hearing your cries from across the way, Billy Bob runs to the rope and begins to scurry across it. Can someone make me a acrobatics check for Billy Bob with a +1?
I'll do it. 12.
All right, Billy Bob is able to move his speed as he starts to commando style down across here. He is also just going to double move and make his way all the way across, arriving safely on the other bank. He drops and sees Kenny, and he's like, "Hey, Kenny."
Get
Val,
Walden.
it's your turn.
I see Walden get just massacred.
Yeah, you see that, like, you see it out of the corner of your eye as there's this other Triceratops, or Tritop, I should say, barreling towards you.
Yeah, I yell out Walden's name, and I'm going to shoot this one that's on him. One of my arrows. First
The one that's right here? That's down here?
Yeah,
All right.
that's within 90 feet. Yes. All right.
Yeah, just barely.
One.
That'll hit him.
That'll be 6 damage.
Boom.
And I will use my extra attack to do it again. Oh!
Oh, a crit. Go ahead and roll
Nice.
a d6, please.
Come on, dice.
Oh, sorry. No luck. Not even pulling out the book. No crit. Double damage, but no extra crit. So go ahead and deal me 2d8 plus 3 on that.
That'll be 16.
Ooh, nice
Wow,
rolls.
Nice rolls.
22 total.
All right. This thing looks like it's hurting. It like roars in pain, and you can see it like, sort of stops looking at Walden for a second, like glances up as to where this new attack is coming from. Val, anything else?
Fuck.
Standard action has been
Yeah,
done.
I'm going to. Let's see, I think the rope was like right here.
Yeah, it's up. It's at this tree base, so it's like right here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Actually, I'll draw a line so you can see it. There you go.
Okay, thank you. I am going to. Shit, I can't make it across in one move, so I'm going to.
I mean, I'm just gonna say for dramatic effect, you could jump to it.
Yeah, but I think even if I jump, I can't complete the rest of my.
No, you probably can't make it all the way across, but you can.
Not be where you can get charged.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that's true. I can make a 10 feet jump. And then I guess.
Yeah, make me just make me an athletics. I guess it'd be athletics check. Yeah, make me an athletics check, just not to fall into the water as you jump for the rope. If you're gonna do that.
14.
All right, you leap for the rope and grab on with both hands.
And then, let's see, that's 10 feet, so 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, so I'm on my way.
Yeah, you start crawling down the rope.
Making his
Billy
way
Bob's on the
down
other
the
side, and he's like, "Come on, Val, you can make it."
I'm coming.
Alrighty, it is Walden's turn. Walden, you are on the ground,
Gosh, darn it.
probably bleeding internally.
Yeah, definitely bleeding internally. So, how do I get up from prone?
You just stand up.
Is it a move
I
action?
think it takes half of your movement.
Okay.
Did anybody know? I don't remember.
That was 5 feet. I could be wrong.
I believe it's half.
Let me just double check
Maybe
real quick.
different for your rogue.
Standing from prone 5e. Ba, ba, ba. Getting up from being prone. Yeah, 15 feet.
All right. So I'll
Takes
do that.
15 feet. Yep.
I'll be like, and then I'll spit some blood onto myself.
Just for
1,
good
2,
measure.
3. I'll go to the middle here. So that's
And
my
so
home.
to move, so you can disengage
Yeah.
as your
Fuck.
bonus action
Yeah.
because you're a rogue.
Yeah.
So disengage, that moves you 5 feet back, I think.
And then can I
right?
double? Can I double move?
Let me look up disengage again. Disengage. Disengage says if you take the disengage action, your movement doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity for the rest of the turn. So you can spend half your movement standing up. Then you can use the disengage action, which means you won't provoke attacks of opportunity. You can finish your move, which is another 15 feet.
Okay.
Might want to hide behind that tree trunk.
I know, but how can I? I guess can I use a
So
back action to?
So yeah, now that you have a standard action now that you can either you can move your 15 feet or however far you want, but with your standard action you can now either hide or you can move another your movement speed another 30 feet.
Yeah, that won't help me very much against this thing. I don't think so. I'm gonna hide.
Yeah, so you can you can try to climb this tree. You can
Yeah, I
do
was
whatever
gonna.
you want.
I'll try to get in the tree and hide.
All right, go ahead and make me a stealth check to hide.
27.
That's pretty great. So you kind of get up in the underbrush of this tree and start to climb some of the lower branches and stuff. Kenny, what are you up to?
I'm gonna loose another shot at the one who gored my buddy.
Okay.
Made him bleed internally and probably externally. Let's be honest.
I would put bets
Definitely.
on. Yeah.
At 23, I think
23
it's gonna
will
hit.
definitely hit.
You can take another 2d8 plus 2. That's my second. Oh, shot. 7 damage.
All right.
And then I'm gonna move. Well, then I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn into a brown bear.
Alrighty, brown beard.
I'm a rar.
Oh, I'll get you. I'll get you a token. Sorry,
Right.
I gotta get that one on hand.
Well, it'll be a polar bear soon, so
All right, you're gonna have to send me
Hopefully.
these tokens.
yeah, obviously. Well, I was here.
Put yourself wherever you like, sir.
That'll be where I turn into a brown bear, so I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet. And hopefully that's not enough space for them to charge. Turn.
Alrighty. Viz, it is your turn. There's currently one mid-charge at you. You see these other two sort of squaring off against your friends on the other side of the river. And it looks like all of them have abandoned you on this side of the river.
They have, haven't they?
Your warrior, who was to your left last time you saw him, has jumped at the rope behind you and is piecing it out to the other side of the river.
I just watched him make Walden fly. I believe.
Yeah, no, I am going to also make myself fly, cast levitation on myself, push off
All
the
right.
side of the bank and towards the rope.
My man.
Yeah, so you push yourself over to the rope. You don't have to make a check. You get yourself over to the rope. Go ahead and move your movement speed. And then you pull yourself along hand over fist.
Well, so I have just enough movement to get to the rope, and that will be the end of my movement. And then, that's, I guess, my turn, since levitation, casting that is an action. And,
Alrighty.
that's that.
All right, so for dramatic effect, this one runs to the edge here and, stops itself a few feet short and sort of stamps on the shoreline, huffing at you guys. Okay, it's not smart enough. It is then going to turn itself around and move itself back the other way.
Oh boy.
What is the intelligence on these creatures?
They're stupid. I won't tell the exact stat, but they are not very smart.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got two other ones. There's one here that's not far from Kenny. We're gonna call that 20 feet.
Yeah, I'd say 20.
Alright. He's gonna charge at you.
That's what I thought.
Trampling charge. If he moves at least 20 feet straight towards a creature, hits with the gore attack on the same turn.
Damn it. Well, it's going to be a very low threshold.
Alrighty.
For him,
Here,
yeah.
that he charges at you, seeing this brown bear sort of come forward at him.
That's 20. Wow, man. He's already in my square. Maybe that's 15 feet.
Ooh, 12.
Is going to hit. He needed
gonna
to
hit.
roll a 2. I have an 11 armor
Oh
class.
man, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm a big brown bear.
All right, you're gonna take 26 damage as he
Okay.
gores you. Grr.
Okay.
And
I'm a
can you make me a
bleeding brown
strength
bear.
saving throw? You need to be a
That I
13.
probably can do
Well, I sure hope so.
as a brown bear.
See if you can hold your ground. And you can. All right.
Nice.
You do not go prone. You do not get stomped on.
Oh, I'm bloodied, but I'm still a bear. So.
All right.
You said 27.
I did indeed. 26.
26. Alright, so
The other one is going to try to spot its previous prey.
The prey
You
has
get a
become the
27.
predator.
Didn't get a 27, so can't quite see him. And he's going to charge the base of the tree.
Oh, son of a gumble.
All right, he deals 26 damage to the base of this tree. And this thing shakes with like a huge vibrating force. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw to not fall out of the tree?
Yes, I can. 24.
All right, you hang on for dear life. And you are still up in the tree. This thing is now...
It doesn't
just
know where I am.
It doesn't know where you can tell it does not know where you are, and you are above it. I can't really... Actually, let me see if I can move it to the back. There we go. You were above it. So its like head is against the tree, and you can see it's trying to knock you loose. It is Billy Bob's turn.
Billy Bob, help them!
God damn it, Billy Bob.
He circles around, draws Donder in his shield, and he's like, "Walden, I've come to save you!" And is sort of out in the field and like bangs his sword against his shield a few times. How about ya? He yells out. Ewan, it is your turn.
I will be double moving 60 feet to here. And
All right, so you get to the end of the rope, get onto the ground, and then sort of sprint around the corner, trying to get some ground towards this thing.
Yep, and
you can see, the brown bear is like sort of just pushed himself off one of the horns of this thing and is bleeding profusely. Just like,
Profusely.
And the other one is like, you can see this tree next to you wildly shaking as Walden's, you imagine, is somewhere inside it, because this one is just railing against it.
I draw my shield and just get ready for the next turn.
All right. Walden, it is your turn. You're up in this tree above this.
I guess I would like to shoot down at any piece of it that I see.
Yeah, you have a pistol, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you aim down on this thing. You have advantage on it. You hit that spot just behind its like that multicolored fan of armor. There's like its actual neck, and you're able to see that spot pretty easily from above it. Go ahead and deal critical sneak attack damage.
I'm just trying to see the critical. Or that might not be a 5e thing. Anyway.
What's that?
The critical. Actually, it's +5. Oops, sorry. Roll that again. Okay, there we go. 11.
11. And sneak attack. So 24 damage?
Yeah.
All right. This thing, you shoot this thing, and it lets out a huge groan. Boom,
Oh my
and
god.
drops to the ground underneath this tree.
Somebody had to get it done.
Right, Walden. Anything else?
Sure. I guess I'd like to leap off this tree, climb down
right.
it.
Yeah, you can jump down onto the back of this thing,
Yeah,
or next to it, whatever you like.
and then I would like to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then hide.
If you come out, Billy Bob's like, Walden.
Like, shut up.
All right, yeah, and go ahead and
Plus
with your bonus action, you can make me a hide check.
22.
All right, so you duck under some cover of this other tree and get lost in the underbrush a little bit.
Nice.
Kenny, it is your turn.
Dang.
You are a bear. There's a Tritop.
Bleeding. Bleeding Bear's gonna make his multi-attack.
Yeah.
It's a bite and a claw. 2 attacks, 1 with claw and 1 with bite. So one is both +6 to hit. +6. Oh man.
Ooh.
The bite will be a 14 and
Gonna miss.
Oh man.
They're both gonna
claws.
miss.
Alright, then I'm gonna use my bonus action to actually fuck that.
Thing's got some heavy armor plating.
It does, doesn't it? I'm gonna. That was my multi-attack is a standard action for an attack. So I'm gonna move. It will probably get an attack of opportunity, but I'll risk it, and I'm gonna try to just throw myself off the embankment, kind of rolling down the 45-degree decline. So.
All right, go ahead and move yourself.
5, 10, 15, 20.
All right, so yeah, as you tumble down the embankment there, are you attempting to stop on the embankment or like go into what's your goal here?
I'll try to land in this little like eddy between.
You're just trying to get away from it, right?
Yep, I'm just like rolling down the
Okay, it's gonna attempt to, it's gonna thrash about and try to gore you as you move away.
Have a feeling it will. Go for it.
15.
Definitely hits.
It's gonna deal 20 damage to you.
All right, so
As one of its horns pierces into your back leg
Oh.
or your back hind quarter.
I turn back into a gnome and
I'll grab your
take
character, splashing down into the water.
18 of that from my top hit points, which is still a lot of HP. Ow!
This thing like snorts like.
Ow. Well, that sucked.
Are you? You're not dead, are you? You're not down?
Oh no, I.
He's just no longer a bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm
Basically,
not
bear
happy.
was killed.
Yeah. That's my turn because bonus
right.
move and attack, standard attack. So.
Fizz, you are holding onto the rope, floating via your concentrated levitation spell.
Yes, I am. And from this position, I can hit this motherfucker with a jolt. I'm just gonna stay on the rope, levitating, because I
Yeah.
can do that with concentration for how long?
Probably
10
a minute
minutes.
at least. Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try to hit it with another jolt. With a +8. Actually, wait. I have my. What's that staff do now? So I can actually use the staff?
Sure, of course.
Ugh, this fucking staff. I'm going to help out my buddy Walden. I'm going to cast Wall of Ice. Here. So Wall of Ice. Within range. Actually, I'm gonna form it into a hemispherical dome. Or up to 10 feet square panels. Yeah, I'm gonna form a dome over it with a small opening for Foul to like stab into. And it's going to make it cold inside and make him cold.
So it's like you're putting like a dome over top of him.
Yes, it says I can form a hemispherical dome.
Nice. And it's how big?
With a radius of up to 10 feet. So
he's bigger than that.
yeah, so no.
You just drop it on him. Like,
That'd be cool.
summon that hemispherical dome 30 feet in the air and then drop it on him. See how much falling damage we get to calculate. That's funny. Sorry, physics in D&D, right?
What's how much damage does the thing do?
Well, so it can do 10d6 cold damage if it cuts through its space. So I could just like create it to cut through and then it will like destroy. It'll just be like a 1.
And how long is it?
It can go. That's what I'm trying to shape a flat surface made up of 10 10-foot square panels. So I don't know what that means.
Sounds like 100 feet to me. 100 feet by 10 feet tall, or a 10-foot.
With the wall is 100 foot, is 1 foot thick, and lasts for the duration.
You have to put it on a solid surface.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can.
Yes, the wall is a foot thick.
Yeah, it's a foot thick, and it's 10 by 10 feet.
So 100
And you can. Yep.
feet. So I'll just wrap that around, kind of.
So basically, if the wall cuts through a creature's space when it appears, the creature in its area is pushed to one side of the wall and must make a dexterity saving throw.
Give me a shot at it, man.
Well, I'm gonna do this.
I have to say, if you're thinking about the sphere thing, it would make sense to just make the sphere inside of him or underneath him, which would force it to cut through him, and he would have to make the save and take the damage.
Yeah, that is one. I'm just trying to like protect. Oh shoot! I accidentally deleted Kenny.
Dick.
Oh, there's that.
I'm sorry.
Ah, you hit me with the
I was trying to
fucking
get
ice
rid of
wall.
that wall that I created by accident. So yeah, I'm just trying to create a wall along that river to like keep it away from Kenny and keep it so that the guys can like corner it.
Like it.
If the wall cuts through, the wall is an object
Yeah,
that can
do
be
you want it to cut
damaged.
through him?
10% reducing. Creature moving through the sheet of frigid air for the first time on a turn must make a Constitution saving.
Do you
Yeah.
want it to cut through him?
I'll just have it, smash into him. Like I'll have it cut through him, so that'll like just make it kind of explode.
And you want it
then-
to? Where did you delete Kenny as a character?
I think I did by accident. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Are you?
I am.
I'll create the stuff.
Thanks, Mr. GM, for putting me back in.
Thanks, Mr. JM, for rebirthing Kenny.
All right, so I'm gonna make a few of these. And you want Fal to be able to go through it?
If I can, and well, I mean, since the dome isn't big enough to cover him.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. It's just gonna be a wall. I'm helping you out doing this. It's gonna be.
Right, so I don't want to also cut off Walden from getting a shot. So yeah, just that basically, yeah.
And it's gonna cut through him. So he's got to make a save.
Yes. Dex. Beating a 16.
He's not gonna save, so you can go ahead and deal damage.
10d6.
Damn.
So 32. 32 cold damage.
Looks
And
like fire to
then-
me.
There's yeah, and then there's a wall of ice there. And Viz is kind of like blowing the tip of his staff as if it were a smoking gun. Like, hey boys.
I think it forces him to move to
It
one
does,
side.
yeah, to a side.
Okay. So there he is. Viz, anything else? You have movement.
I'm kind of safest here, so I'm just gonna kind of hold on to the rope levitating.
Yeah, and float here.
Yeah.
All right. This one is going to go.
Viz turns into Val Kilmer Iceman.
Yeah.
Puts on some aviator shade.
I'll be your wingman any day. Or no, what is it? You can be my wingman any day.
Anytime. Jesus.
Right, Nate.
This thing sort of makes its way out into the river and looks up at the giant wall of ice and stuff, and like makes a loud like stampy call. And oh, Kenny, what's your you already went, right? You were like at a 21 or something like that.
He
No, it
was
was a
before
20.
me and after Walden.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't skip you. All right. This thing, you think this thing might see you, Kenny? You're not really sure. You're not hidden. And it's down on the riverbed. Its buddy, who just took a bunch of damage, is going to move forward one and then start to gore at Falyuan.
Whoa there, buddy.
He like 19.
Miss.
Yeah,
Wow.
you like bash his head aside with your shield. You're like and sort of dance to the side a little bit. It like roars at you and like stamps a couple times. Let's see. That is their turn.
Standard and
It is Billy Bob's turn. Billy Bob's like. He goes under the tree cover and he's like, Walden! Walden!
I'm hiding, right? So he has no idea where I
Yeah,
am.
he doesn't know where you are. He's like looking around. You can see he's like maybe trying to come heal you, but he's like all right. That is his turn. Fal, you're squaring off against this thing.
I spark my spear off with lightning with the command
How
word.
so?
I speak its name, Elding, and I begin to swipe at this thing. 21.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
So that'll be 8 damage there, and then I will attack again. 12.
12 is going to miss.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, this thing definitely takes some damage and is not happy about that. Um, Walden, it is your turn. You were up in the trees a little bit, hiding.
I would like to make a sneaky attack
Yeah, you can
against
still see this
that
thing
guy.
clearly.
So 2d20.
Oh yeah,
25.
that'll definitely hit.
Mm.
Go ahead and deal damage.
18. And plus 11.
So
29.
29. All right, this thing roars in pain as again you like shoot it behind that big, like shielded fan because you're on the other side of it. Um, Anything else, Walden?
I guess I need to make a hide check.
Yeah, you can. You're gonna need to move and hide again, unless or just
Okay.
move at least a little bit.
I'm gonna try to hide behind this corpse.
Yeah. So you like run out of the trees, and when you do that, Billy Bob's like, "Walden!"
Go away, man.
All right, make me a hide check.
27.
All right, 27. He like still can't find you. Kenny, it is your turn.
Well, now that I'm no longer a bear, I have my rifle back in my hand. So I'm gonna shoot at this thing that's in the fucking.
Yeah, I mentioned you're like on the ground, but yeah, you
Or
like
like
stand up.
maybe on this rock, or like what would be a
Yeah,
shore, maybe a little bit.
yeah, you're like sort
Um,
of in between there, like splashing about just a little bit.
so I'm just gonna level off my rifle at this thing and bang and
Yeah, it
miss.
just like blasts off, like some of the feathers get blast off of like the side here, off like the shielding.
Got two more rounds, no, 3 more rounds in my rifle,
It
and
makes like a like trumpeting
I'm
sound.
gonna try to make it up this hill.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a
Uh,
climb check,
I'm gonna
acrobatics, or
move
sorry, athletics
diagonally.
rather.
I'm gonna move diagonally to try to like reduce the grade that I'm climbing. So instead of trying to go like under this thing, I'm gonna move laterally, like that.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
I will make you an athletics check. Let me just check what I. +1.
Hold
Do
on.
some climbing. 19.
All right, you're able to climb up the slope and move along this wall of ice.
So that was here. So 5, 10, 15. I got 5 more feet. I'm gonna move to there.
All right.
And like peer around the corner, maybe a little bit, like
Yeah, you can see this thing. It's enormous. It's fighting Falyuan.
maybe, and then kind of consider maybe going back 5 feet, but that's all my movement. So that's it.
It is your turn.
So we have that other tritop down the river, potentially trying to cause some problems.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. Let's see. I'm gonna cast Jolt on that. How high is this rope, by the way? Off the river bed.
It's 5 feet. So it's like probably a foot off the ground or 2 feet off the ground, at most. And it's like you're about 7 feet above the water.
You think it was that low when we? I would think we would have tied it higher so when we crossed. Well, anyway,
How about why don't just call it between 7 and 10 feet? Does that make you happy?
Well, okay, we'll say 7 feet. Sorry. And
Plus, the guy who tied it on the opposite side was only.
And
3 feet
are they
tall,
like
so.
they're taller than that, right?
Yeah, they're like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Or
All
more.
right. So, well, I guess I can just try to entice it down the riverbed. I'm gonna cast Jolt at it.
Alrighty. What's the range on Jolt is 120 or
Yes.
nice. All right, that'll
Um,
definitely hit.
And then a 2d, a 10. Wow, 17 damage.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me critical damage?
He's
Oh.
in water.
He is standing in a pool of water.
Son of a gun. So another 2d10.
Yes.
That would be
Little
critical
Divinity
damage.
Original Sin
Boom.
action.
Another 12.
He just starts to shock and jolt. So you deal 29
Sponsor
damage.
us.
Sponsor. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing the new Diablo, which looks awesome.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh, sorry, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. So
Thanks
he
for
is
that extra
shocking.
crit damage.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
I mean, I'm just gonna chill here for a bit.
Keep floating there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It is his turn.
Oh no.
So he is going to go up the embankment. Sort of trying to find his way around this thing.
Oh,
Squeeze
I think he's
through
good.
there.
Oh, I thought he was gonna take a bunch of damage there.
No, he's just gonna squeeze through. And sort of make his way over, and then seeing Billy Bob, and sort of snorting at him. Let's see. That is his turn. His buddy is the one attempting to fight Fal Yuen. And he is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, did.
Yeah, he gets hit. That's for
All
sure.
right. Now, with you don't stop him in his tracks, do you?
I do not.
All right. Go ahead and deal damage.
12 damage. 6 lightning.
All right. So he moves a little ways away, and you can see he then sort of turns on his heels,
Oh.
and charges back in your direction. Does the 13 hit you?
Miss.
All right.
Ole.
Exactly. He just sort of charges up at you, and you like dance to the side. That is the Tritops' turn. It is Billy Bob's turn, and he's like, "Oh, fuck this!" And he's just gonna run backwards and sees the other one here, and it's like, "Jesus Christ!" And like runs behind this rock and starts praying to go better. Like, if you don't want to be here, that's fine. Starts praying. It is Fal, your turn.
I will continue to stab this thing in the eye. 14.
14 will miss.
All right. Second attack. Oh.
Ooh, roll me a D6. Oh no.
Oh no. I
Yeah.
don't think you can get rid of that weapon though. So
Don't lose
That's-
half your other hand.
yeah,
Well, we
right?
can get rid of it. It just doesn't. It just means that he. Okay. Can you roll me a D20?
Oh
Oh,
my.
okay. No, that's not so bad. So rolling a D20 on the crit fail table is not bad. So you are going to trip. It's going to cost you your movement. But you don't fall prone. So you like stumble, but you stay standing.
Perfect. Well, that's my turn.
All right. Then that's your turn. Sweet. Walden, it is your turn. You are back against this tritop. With your pistol. You can see another one is starting to come up to you.
Can I see this one through the brush?
Yeah, you can still see him.
All right, I guess I'll take a shot at him.
Go ahead and make the attack. Oh, you'll definitely hit. It's a 21. Sorry, 23. Right? No, 21.
So 27 damage over.
All right. Again, you are going to drop this one.
I have one bullet left.
Shooting this thing in the eye. Foul, you can see this thing just drops to its knees, sort of in front of you.
Whew.
Walden, anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then make a dash with my bonus action.
All right.
5, 6.
You run around the other side of that?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Kenny, it is your turn.
Yeah, pop out. Move 5.
You can see this thing kind
10.
of around the icy corner.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot at it because it was gonna. It missed my first shot, but luckily I have 2 more left. 17 gonna hit?
17's definitely going to hit.
Oh, that makes me a happy 2d8 plus 2 Kenny. I like line up its one of like I'm aiming at its left eye, and I take out a chunk of its like protective plate above its left eye.
Yeah, blowing away like a whole bunch of feathers.
Bang! And then I'm going to move the rest of my movement 5, 10
All right.
feet back
This
behind this
would,
wall of ice.
Vizradel will pull himself along the rope for 30.
All right.
And then hit it with a jolt. D20 plus 8. 16.
16 is just going to meet it.
Woo!
Need a beat.
7 damage electric.
All right. He gets zapped. And this thing is looking a little hurt. Anything else for you, Viz?
I'm actually going to keep up the teleportation just for a little bit longer. Just in case. And that's
All
it.
right.
That's turn.
All right. This thing is going to turn tail and run out of here.
I am
that's,
fine with
that's
that.
fine. Yeah.
And it takes off. Knowing when it's been bested. And that, my friends,
We'll do the cleanup another
will
day.
end combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll end things for the night. It is way past our time to stop. But you can't stop in the middle of battle like that.
No way.
So I thank you guys for sticking around to fight the Tritops. I'm glad everybody is still standing.
Yeah.
Whew. And we will pick things up right here next time.
Later.
Night.
All right, later, guys.
Good night, hookers.